Whenever we take a moment to look up at the night sky, we are each afforded an opportunity to peer deeply into our galaxy.
With our own two eyes, we can see amazing sights, such as the moon, planets, stars, and more.
And yet, somehow, the most impactful part of stargazing isn't something that we can observe. It's something that we feel when we share our observations with others.
Space has this magical way of connecting individual people together, much like how individual stars connect to form beautiful constellations.
Our collective experiences tell a story, and each of us contributes a page. How we each uniquely view the night sky changes us at our core. We become inspired, eager to learn, and hopeful that we as humans can do better as a species.
This change is a gift from the cosmos. It's one that is free to receive and free to give. No matter who you are and where you are from, and your experience is different from ours.
Since the Galactic Window Space podcast began in September of 2023, it has been our goal to capture and share as many of these special space stories with you as possible.
Across 31 episodes, we've had 16 guests share with us how space and astronomy has impacted their lives wildly in different ways, each of them special.
So as we look back on 2024 and ahead to 2025, we can't wait to go further on this journey into space with you, to take even more looks through the galactic window. We're grateful to every guest we've had on so far, and we look forward to those yet to come.
Oh, wait, dude, you didn't tell me that we were having a podcast tonight. Oh, you're muted, brother.
Oh my god, are we live?
I had no idea it was Monday night already.
Dude, we're live.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Damn. What the heck? We're live. Oh god.
Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 31 of the Galactic Window Space Podcast. My name is Nick, and I sometimes eat Taco Bell.
And my name is Tan, also known as Chasing the Milk. And tonight I am also eating Taco Bell. Let's do this.
Hold on. Get your sips.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go, baby.
Well, Baja Blast, dude. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag not an ad. Should we dial it back now? Is that too much?
Yeah.
Are we laying it on thick? I don't know.
Let's do it.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome into the stream tonight. Welcome into episode 31. This is going to be a wonderful, fun episode to kind of end 2024. We thought we would start it with a little heart and ruin it with a little bit of shenanigans.
A little bit, just a little bit. What did you order, by the way?
Oh, dude, okay. You want to know a fun fact?
All right, let's hear it.
I had Taco Bell for lunch today too.
Dang,
I am double dipping.
I like it. I like it a lot.
So to answer your question, I did have to change it up slightly. I have my perfect order, but I did go a little bit. So I'm eating my cheesy gordita crunch right here. Oh,
Nice.
Look at that. Big bites. Get it with the Dorito shell inside
Dang,
of it.
bro.
And then I got the Cantina chicken quesadilla instead of the normal chicken quesadilla.
That's what I got.
That's what you got?
That's what I got.
Ah, yes. Yes, dude. And the verdict? Is it good?
It's pretty dang good.
Okay, good. Yeah, I got mine right here.
Nice.
I've seen some comments in here. Talk about sponsored stream. Nope. I wish it was though.
Not yet.
Nice shirt tan.
This is my this is my Christmas present from Nick.
Fits good, dude.
If you know, you know. Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Welcome in, guys.
No invite for lunch? Or what the heck? Sorry, I was lunch with my mom, kind of. So didn't quite get to do it. But next time, dude, soon. Let's do it.
Welcome. Also, welcome to everyone over on the talk. If you guys are watching this right now, I am streaming behind me, so I can't see your comments at all. However, if you guys do want to hang out, we are live on the other platform. This one right here, the main one.
The long form one starts with a Y.
Yeah.
You know the ones.
Yep. Good to see everyone, though. Got a nice crowd in here.
We do. It's good to see. I see 12 people at least. So if you guys know people who want to hang out and talk about space, then bring them in here. Send them an invite.
Yep.
Bro.
What? Oh my god. This thing sucks. Let me try that again. Dude, I did get this from the dollar store.
Dude, you almost killed me.
There it is. Holy crap. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Dude.
Richard Jones.
Dude, Dan, you almost made me choke.
Oh, I've got more.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh man, that is crazy. Thank you so much.
It's fantastic. Wow. Richard, thank you so much. I salute to you.
We can get Taco Bell next week too then. Wow.
That is so generous. Oh, I was not expecting that. Oh man. I thought I was getting the Taco Bell sweats, but this is podcast sweats, bro. Oh man.
Sick.
So sick.
Okay.
Oh goodness gracious. Celestial, I'm screaming.
So bumming his TikTok didn't involve cats.
Oh man.
It's tan. All right.
Yeah. So
thank you guys so much for being here.
Seriously. I feel like I'm so thrown off right now. There is too much shenanigans happening.
How do we get started?
I don't even know.
How do we make the last episode of the year special?
I can think of a couple ways. Starting to get my brain collected here. But I mean, I feel like at the very least, dude. Like we're at the end of the year. You and I have been doing the show every single week since July 19th. So that's
kind of crazy.
Pretty wild. And I was looking back and I was just trying to think like how different things feel. And still how yet some of those episodes that we did in like July and August feel like last week. You know?
It's a combination of both. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at some of our older episodes and just looking at like my lighting, the camera, the quality of the audio. So much has changed. but it does feel like I just did my first one last week.
Mm-hmm. I also feel horribly rude for actually eating on the podcast. So I can like
ASMR.
Yeah, it's gonna be like some mouth chewing noises. I'm gonna have to do the Tezon day again and eat over here.
I'm just gonna take one last bite.
Yeah.
Here you go.
I'll have to finish the rest of it later. It's like big rule for me to not eat on the show because I don't want to be gross. Because that's just like disgusting. But I don't know. Like I feel like tonight I want to break my rule a little bit because it's the end of the year. So I apologize in advance, everybody who's watching, if you have to suffer through my eating noises, but we'll do better. What am I munching on? This is Taco Bell. I've got a cheesy gordita crunch right here. Tan and I coordinated and said, let's get some Taco Bell.
Yeah. Baja Blast, man. Woo.
Ashley says we're eating together.
Nice.
The chocolate rain reference just sent me. Yes. Thank you. Somebody got it.
I didn't get it.
I always I feel like that reference is slipping through the cracks of time. You really had to be around in like 2008 to get that and be aware of it. Kids these days have no idea who Tezon Day is. And I find that very sad.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Tan, you're a weird kid.
All right.
And you're older than me.
Sakura. Welcome. One more plug real quick. I see a bunch of you guys over on Talk. I can't see your comments. Well, I kind of can, but I'm not going to be actively looking at it. So if you guys do want to be able to chat with us real time, we are on the other platform. I am just streaming it so I can try to funnel you guys over here. All right. But thank you guys for watching. If you want to stay over there on Talk, that's fine. But just know I won't be able to see your comments. Tan is a kid. He might be right. Anthony might be right. Wow.
Man. Well, dude, you know what I thought would be fun is let's play a new game for the new year.
Ooh, I'm scared.
You ready to demo this?
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
We're gonna see how this goes. This first game,
oh man,
we're calling Space Story Improv. So Tan, you and I have to tell a space story that we've never heard of or have ever told or ever thought of before, and it has to be intriguing.
Oh God. Okay.
So
we got this.
We each get 10 turns, so it's gonna be a 20 turn story. So chat, I want you to kind of participate here if you can. Give us some ideas as we go along. So chime in the live chat and let us know what ideas you have for the story. So we're gonna give a sentence, and then Tan is gonna give a sentence, and then it's gonna go back and forth, and we're gonna have to tell a coherent story without it being like breaking up. So, okay, are you ready? Let's see how this goes.
I think so. Yeah. Oh God. All right, let's do it.
All right. Okay, let's see. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Steve.
And Steve wanted to be an astronaut. So he went to school
at Space People College, and and he had a master's degree in spaceology.
And with that degree in spaceology, he got his first job opportunity at
Where, Tan? Where'd it go?
I don't know. I was going to have you do it.
Oh, I thought you were okay. Okay, yeah, no, I gotta say it's my fault. Okay, he got his first job at Space Cowbell Incorporated, where he learned how to
make sushi, and also, well, not just any sushi, but space dried sushi for all of his friends that are up in space.
And when he got to space, he went to the moon. And on the moon, he jumped around and said,
China number one! The end.
The end? Are we calling it there?
Just kidding. It's a plot twist.
Oh yeah. And when he said that on the moon, Steve quickly regretted not going to Mars because
he has eczema. And hold and Mars is the only place that can cure his eczema. He's tried everything. He's tried Aveeno, and nothing seems to do it. So he has to call his friends to try to coordinate a way to Mars still.
So Steve decided to call his friend Chicken McButters, and when Chicken McButters answered the phone, he said,
"Bro, do you still have eczema? I think I know how we can get to Mars." So he hit up Richard Jones, and Richard Jones gave him a ticket to Mars.
Yeah. And they hopped on their feathered spaceship, which turns out is the fastest way to get to Mars. And when they got to Mars, their feathered spaceship crashed into a
tree. It was a tree that had a bunch of cortisol on it. And dude, this is hard.
Yeah. And the tree was very scratchy.
Exactly.
But turns out that the tree wasn't actually a tree. It was a huge mushroom. And the mushroom on Mars cures all illnesses. So
specifically eczema and gout.
Yeah. So they decided to call a Boeing Starliner and get a ride back to Earth. But there was a problem with the Boeing Starliner, and that problem was
it didn't have enough gas. It didn't have enough fuel. So they had to hit up a Circle K, which is right down the street. Yeah.
And the Circle K, turns out there's a guy there who worked at the gas station. And he was an alien. And the alien said, "I'm from the planet
X."
And then Steve said, "Are you Elon Musk?"
And then, but then it was all just a dream. Everything started fading away.
Mm-hmm. And that's when Steve woke up and said, "I need some bean dip." The end.
Give it up for us.
Yes, well done. Oh, jeez, Louise.
That was a lot more difficult than I thought.
It was more difficult, and I can't tell if it was a waste of time or a huge waste of time. One of the two.
It was both.
Yeah, collectively both.
No, all right, well, practicing for next time. Yeah.
Well, that was interesting. Thank everybody in the chat for giving us ideas. You definitely pulled us into the finish line. You dragged our limping keisters into the finish line.
Needed some bean dip.
Yeah. I thought the bean dip one was an excellent one to end on.
Oh, all right. That was good.
It was good.
Woo.
Celestial goes, "Okay, I love it here." Yeah, well, you're welcome to stay as long as you want, as long as you can handle our absurdities. I'm glad to have you here. Awesome
I'm glad
job.
everyone's here. Yeah, thank you guys so much. We've got a good crowd tonight. We're excited. This is going to be our last episode for 2024.
Yep.
So,
Tan, I want to ask you a question about this year, about 2024.
Okay, sure.
Can you think of something that you learned on one of our shows, like off the top of your head? And if you don't have something, no worries. But I'm just like curious. Do you have something you learned from one of our episodes that that sticks out to you? That you're like, that meant a lot to me. That changed the way I think about something.
I think it was my second episode as a co-host. It was with Deep Sky Dude.
Oh yeah, with Will.
Yeah. It was cool because we interviewed him before I actually got to meet him in person. Because shortly after it was episode 6, and Deep Sky Dude is another astronomy creator, for those of you guys that are listening. And I know him through TikTok, but I didn't actually know the guy. And we met, I think, less than a month after having him on the show. But he was just talking about how cool star parties are. And if you guys don't know, a star party is basically just a huge event where stargazers, astronomers come over from all over the country, and they all just congregate on this empty field. You bring your tents or your RV, and you literally just look at the skies for 3 or 4 nights straight. But what I gathered from that episode was the importance of community with astronomy too, because like I have always just enjoyed astronomy, mostly just through on TikTok, but to have the amount of like-minded people in person, it is a completely different experience, and it completely changed how I look at astronomy events now. So to kind of wrap it all up, I plan on going to that same star party every year from now on until my body says I can't go.
Oh wow, that's a change, dude.
It is. It's insane.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
that's a good one, man. That's a real good one. That's a throwback to episode 9.
Oh, 9. Okay. What about you? What have you? Can you think of something that you've learned?
Oh, sorry, my microphone or my headphones just cut out. Can you repeat that question for me? Apologize.
It was just the same question, right back at you.
Yeah.
Can you think of something?
For sure. I was thinking about, I think it was episode 21. I want to say it was 21. We had Gadget Nate with us, Nathan Price, who works at NASA. But he was also doing for those of you who haven't seen the episode, he was doing the Countdown to the Moon interviews. So where he interviewed one person every single day since, when was it, 2020? Is that what it was? 2022?
Long time. Some
2021?
long time.
He's in some like 1,000-something interviews in a row every single day. Wildly impressive. And I think it ends for him tomorrow. We got to check in with him and see if he's doing it.
That's huge.
And it was a personal undertaking, a huge personal project, just to get people interested in what is happening in space exploration with NASA and the Artemis missions. And that just the thing I learned was that there's no excuse to not get done what you want to get done. You know what I mean? We do this show every week, once a week, and we don't have guests every week. We've had a couple good runs there, but I have not pressed to get a guest every single week. And there's just things that change. Sometimes we don't want to have guests or whatever. But I always want to increase my standard and do better with that. And I have all these excuses for why we didn't get a guest for this week or whatever. That's okay. And it's well, why? No, it's because of me. I didn't do the rest of the work to get us there. It's all about that ethic, that drive and that momentum and your own will to see a project through to the end, to completion, to see it how you want it to be done. And Nate just showed that it's totally possible. No excuses, did not miss a single day. And that's hard because especially when you get to 11 p.m. and you haven't done an interview with someone yet. And it's who do I just randomly put an ask out on the internet? Do I DM people?
Scramble.
I'd be scrambling every single day of my life. There's only so many coffee shops you can raid. You can only access enough family members and friends. And you can't do people twice. So it's same thing for us. I hope to have even a fraction of the determination that Nate has, and to bring that into the show, and to help that increase my my work ethic on this. So there's always a next level, I guess is my point. That's the nugget.
Figuring out what that next level is. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if we looked back at our earlier episodes, we would say that we have jumped many levels. I think there's always going to be that constant push, but consistency, man. That's what it comes down to. That's going to be one of my New Year's resolutions. It's consistency.
Right.
Chat, do you guys make resolutions? Let me know in the chat. Type it in. Do you believe in resolutions? Do you make them? Just kind of curious. No right or wrong answer. Yeah.
I think we talked about it a little bit last week about resolutions. And I've been thinking about, what does that actually mean? Because, goals are great and they're not necessarily as helpful as I think we tend to make them to be. And I remember my 5th grade teacher telling us A famous quote that I still don't know who it actually is. I don't think it was her. I think it was somebody else in time. But like a goal without a plan is a wish, right? Like there's like you're just hoping that it happens. So like I would go as far to extend that question a little bit to everybody, myself included. You know, if you have a goal, what are you going to do to get there? How? Where's the how? And then to take a step further, even why? Like why do you like define why you have those goals and those resolutions? And it can be anything. You know, it's up to you. There's no right or wrong answer. But I've been trying to challenge myself to think that way because, I mean, how many times have I gone through a new year transition and been like, I'm going to run for the whole year or something like that. You know, I just don't do it. You know, I don't know. I'm going to read more books. All those classic ones. I'm going to lose 10 pounds. But it's like, that's the what, but where's the why and the how as well?
Yeah. If you don't make a resolution, you can't break it.
True story. Good point.
I am notorious for falling short of goals and resolutions. And you know what I think it is? And I'm curious to kind of hear what you guys think, and then you yourself, Nick, but I tend to make these goals that are just so far out there. They aren't realistic. I think I should make them more bite-sized.
Yeah.
So instead of like, oh, I'm gonna get shredded, or I'm gonna lose like 10 pounds, or I'm gonna look like a model by next year, maybe how about I go on a walk every single day. I say no to Taco Bell when the opportunity comes up.
Uncalled for.
But like I'm just saying, like
Right.
I think that's what happens with people is they make these goals and you know, they're just too far. And what's really interesting about New Year's and resolutions is that it's kind of like a comfortable thing to do to put all this ambition onto the new year. But I would argue that most people who make resolutions, maybe that first week of January, oh, man, things are new. This is it. I'm feeling good. And then you quickly realize that you run into the same problems as before. You run into the same habits. You run into the same, like nothing's changed. Simply a calendar flip doesn't really change anything. But I think how you make those, like being very specific with what kind of goals you make, it seems like that's the key. So for me, that's what I'm going to focus on is just making my complex goals and ambitions a little more digestible and focusing on like the smaller steps versus going straight to the prize.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
In
Atomic Habits, there's a lot of like breakdown for how to get to those goals, and they talk about how every life choice is like a vote in one direction or the other. It's almost like an election, you know. So if you want to like break a bad habit, which is a lot of our resolutions, all you need to do is accumulate votes for the winning side of the topic. So let's just use like, you know, weight gain or something like that as an example, or weight loss. You know, your eating decisions, like it doesn't mean you need to have a perfect eating record. You just need to have the winning eating record. Like imagine, like there's never been a presidential election where a candidate got 100% of the votes. That's completely unrealistic and will never happen. Imagine if that was the pressure that was on any candidate if they were running for president and they said, I can't win unless I get 100% of the votes. Like, everyone would drive themselves mad. Like you just won't do it. And they'd be disappointed when they got 99% of the votes and not the last 1%. You know, it's like, you're just setting up yourself for the loss. So like if you're trying to, you know, lose 10 pounds, all you need to do is have the majority vote. So make enough good decisions to outweigh your poor decisions and get 51% of the vote and drop the other side to 49%. Like just, you know, tip the scales. So those smaller daily things you're talking about, it's all you need. You don't have to win it all.
The small wins. I love that. That's really good. I don't know why this comment cracked me up. I love it. Right before the year's even over. I'll start Monday. Next
some
Monday for sure.
That's some Chicago attitude right there. There's always next year. If I ever saw it. Dang.
That's super funny.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I also like this one here from Wilfredo. My resolution is to perform solar outreach this year. That's fantastic. So to do more education on like what you can see with the sun, or like what it all means. Let us know some more details. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty hot, bro.
So hot. How many... Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I don't think it deserved the ah.
No, it didn't. It didn't. It was a wah
That's...
wah wah wah.
Oh man.
Oh geez.
Solar outreach. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do it. Make little goals. Ask yourself, like, what are the steps I need to take to start doing that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's the steps in between. We all want to be this hero, but we never think about like what the hero has to do in like, you know, to prep himself, you know, the training that he must endure or whatever the obstacles. We just kind of focus on the finish line.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, do it. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, how else did Mike O'Hearn get to look so jacked? Dude, it didn't happen on January 2nd, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, probably just a good chunk of his life training.
Mm-hmm.
Or juicing. I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Gosh. So I feel like I haven't spent enough time forecasting my 2025, and I need to do better. And you know what, honestly, I feel like is the best way to help with that is actually writing it down with a pen and paper, old school. I feel like with digital notes and like note-taking apps, I my phone and my computer, I get so lost and they just disappear into the digital world of ones and zeros that I forget where it is. I don't recall it. It gets pushed down the list with all these other things that happen. But if I have the memory of writing it and I see the visual feedback of myself writing it, my brain has to actually consciously write the letters to talk about a process or a list of goals or whatever. And then I'm more likely to recall it or to have it like stick in my brain. I feel like that's one of the most helpful techniques, and I should probably start doing that.
Same
with this.
I think there's some truth to that. To like writing stuff down, you can like, you know, recollect it better.
Mm-hmm.
I am also guilty of just using my phone for any kind of like note taking or any kind of anytime I need to jot something down. I always rely on like my notes app, but what's the point of taking notes when it ends up just sitting on top of other notes that get lost, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you wrote something down on a consistent journal or piece of paper and it was always there, it just makes more sense to do that.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think it's like it's a factor or a concept that I think is the same thing with kids too. You know, when you're a toddler and you're learning how to do life, like they actually have to do it repetitively, right? To like actually remember the action or the rule or whatever it is, like the concept. I don't think we're exempt from that as adults still, you know, to actually do something, to retain a memory of how to do something. It's helpful to go through the motion completely, you know? So like why omit steps in the process?
Yeah, I agree. Well, I said 1 year ago, I created a digital list with 20 items on it. I have one left to conquer.
Ooh, that's impressive. What's the one thing? No, you don't have to share that, unless you want to. But we just want to be able to cheer for you. Huge thing.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, so that's a good point there, Johnny Rocks in the chat. For those of you who were around last week, Richard Jones in the chat put in a huge amount of free gifted memberships for the channel, and some of the people couldn't accept them because their accepting gifts
checkbox wasn't toggled on their account. So if you might be the recipient of one of those gifted memberships if you're watching this, or if you're subscribed to the Orbital Alliance. So you can go in there, click join under the video. Some people were also saying that wasn't visible for everybody. So we kind of got some weird shenanigans happening with that. But
yeah, bear with us.
If you click join, there's like a couple of menus. Look for like the 3 dots, I think, and then it says accept gifts activated or something. Make sure that's checked, and you might be one of the people who can get one of the free 1-month memberships. So you get like bonus stuff in the chat, emojis, special icon next to your name, things like that. So speaking of, oh my goodness, dude.
I'm like, hey, oh my God.
Yeah, I thought I was waiting for it.
Oh, so I was trying to, there's people on TikTok. I need to have this. Here we go. Yeah, if you guys are over on Talk, please just read the pin. We're over on YouTube. And this deserves a...
Sorry, mine was very lackluster.
Oh my God. 5 subs. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. 5 more for people in the chat. Make sure you get that gifts accepted. Oh my gosh, I can't.
Thank you.
Hey, Alex got one.
Hey!
There we go. Nice. Lame, nice. Nick. Yeah, Ron. That was pretty lame, wasn't it? So speaking of which, just want to give an extra thanks to every single person who's contributed by becoming a member of the channel. I think currently we have 35 members on the channel, dude. 35 people supporting.
That's crazy. That's a crazy number.
Podcast. And also, I don't remember the number too, but there's huge list of people who've given super thanks, super chats, and I'm just incredibly humbled that so many people are willing to support us. So thank you to all of you who are doing so. We appreciate that. But part of those things is that there are perks that go along with doing that. You don't just like give money and have it disappear. You get something in return. And one of those things, one of the perks was to be able to be on the show sometimes, which is a pretty wild thing. Which, Tan, you and I do not do that. We don't just invite random people on the show. Right?
Not just anyone.
Mm-hmm.
We like the spotlight here.
Yeah, we don't share.
Selfish. Yeah.
So what we wanted to do was we open up invites to our members a couple weeks ago. I posted on my community posts on YouTube, and I wanted to invite as many people who become members as possible onto the show. I know this is kind of last minute. It was the holidays. It was a little hard to coordinate, but we did have some response. And that's great. So we have somebody we want to bring on the show who's a viewer, who's somebody like you guys who are watching. And we're going to do a little bit of a Galactic Window miniature interview with this person, the first person to respond to this. Now, if you did not see the note or the memo, or you want to still do this, anybody who's a member of any tier, you're welcome to do it. I'm kind of like extending it to everybody. We can bring you in on a future episode, so don't worry. This is not your only chance. But if you would like to be on tonight's show, we can do that. And I'm going to tell you how. So what you need to do is go to the Orbital Alliance YouTube channel, go to the community tab, and then you'll find a members only post. I think the top 2 posts are members only posts. And there's a form, a Google form. Fill that out real quick. It's like 4 easy questions. And then I will see it. And then I will send you a link to join us here on the podcast. And then we can bring you in. And we'd love to talk with you. You get a choice of participating in a game with us, or you can have a little mini interview. It's like a 10-minute interview with us, like we do with our normal guests. So it'll be fun. No pressure. You do not have to do it, but we just wanted to do something crazy for the end of the year. So let's do it. You ready to bring on our mini guest?
Let's do it. Welcome in, people from over on the Talk side. Welcome in.
Sorry, I don't fill out forms. Are you allergic to forms? No worries. Here we go.
Phobia.
Welcome in. This is Ron. Ron's in the chat currently.
Say hi, Ron, everyone.
Hey.
So, cool thing here. I know Ron personally. Ron is one of my friends from, I think we met back in 2015. This is 10 years ago.
Maybe even 2014. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So it's been a long time, and he's a dear, close family friend of mine, and we had a chance to serve together at the church we attended, and we had been on the production team for years, at least 5 years. At least I was a part of. He's still doing it. And so we've done camera work and production setup and like all this like live production nonsense over the years. A lot of shenanigans, good fun, and he's a huge space fan, and also Ron has been a subscriber and supporter of the Orbital Alliance channel since day one back in January of 2021. So I can't thank Ron enough.
Don't do it,
that's
Dick.
incredible.
Don't do it.
No,
Don't do it.
But seriously, I can't thank you enough for how you've shown up for me and shown up for us here on the podcast. So you certainly deserve your 10 minutes of fame here on the Galactic Windows Space
MVP
podcast.
in the chat for Ron.
Yeah.
W Ron.
W Ron. That's we want to see all these W Rons in the chat.
W Ron.
Yeah. Well, so let's get right to it, man. You've got you're into space. What's one of the things that you pay attention to most in the space and astronomy world?
Mostly space. Astronomy, if I come across a really cool picture, I geek out over that. But I'm old enough to remember John Glenn going up his actual launch. I can remember watching the Apollo 11 landing. I'm ancient. So, so I've always been interested in that aspect, and that kind of led me into movies about space, science fiction, as a guy, Asimov, Arthur C. Clarke, Frank Herbert, all of the old school science fiction. Orson Scott.
Orson Scott Card, right?
Yeah, I got it mixed up. Again, I'm ancient. The Mars trilogy, fascinating trilogy about terraforming Mars, which probably isn't possible, but yeah. It's Arthur, the movie 2000, A Space Odyssey.
Yep.
First Contact. Yeah, it's because of watching those launches in the 60s that stuck with me, and that great beyond out there that you get a chance to look up and look at and wonder.
Right. So it's like it's challenged your curiosity, your creativity, and it's just, I mean, that's been such a long time since you've seen like those Apollo launches and landings, and here you are still interested in it. Like it must have, like, talk about a supercharge to your being, right?
Yeah, I mean,
lasted this long.
For a lot of people in my generation that didn't end up strung out on drugs, because it was the 60s.
Yeah.
There's that. It was something that was just so much there, and that really hasn't been a part of our culture until just recently again, and it's exciting that it's coming back into our culture again.
Do you feel like the general public energy is higher or lower than in the late 60s, early 70s in terms of interest in the space program?
I think it probably is higher in the younger generation, because it, just like for me, it was so new and so, okay, bad pun, out of this world, that it captures your imagination. And I think for people in my generation, it's cool because it's back, but then for the younger people, it's cool because it's just cool.
Yeah, well, we get all these like new things that are happening, like booster landings with SpaceX and catching rockets on towers that didn't happen in the 60s, but like the kids now are like flying across the country to go watch these things because it's never happened before, and it's kind of their own spin on this reincarnation.
I don't miss a SpaceX launch because I want to see the booster land.
Right.
Just read the instructions. I mean, come on, it's cool.
Right. Yeah. It's it never gets old because it's still kind of mind melting. And what are they at, like 150 something successful landings, maybe more? Maybe it's 200.
It's over 200. They had a streak of going, and then one had a landing leg collapse, and it didn't quite make it. So they had to start the streak over.
Right, right.
That's incredible. We're kind of spoiled.
Yeah, you guys are kind of spoiled because I don't have too many memories of the failed NASA rocket launches, before Mercury started with Shepard. But yeah, you have to fail before you can succeed.
How do you feel your experience is as a fan of just space in general? Back in the 60s, 70s, you had to tune in to a news broadcast and you had to tune in at the right time and you couldn't replay it for the most part. But today, you can watch on your phone digitally. You can replay it as many times as you want. You can put it on your big screen. Like, how does that compare for you?
It makes it easier, but it kind of loses its sense of awe, because if you miss it, you miss it, and that you have to be vigilant. Like if you knew that the Apollo landing was going to be in the evening on that certain day in July, you had to be there for it, and that made it kind of even more special than, okay, if I want to watch Booster 6, the booster Starship launch, I know I can go back onto the internet and watch it umpteen times and still be awed by it, but it's not the same.
Right. So there's like a bit of a pro and con to the ease of use and ease of watchability these days. You get better quality, better camera shots, instant coverage, and then you get this, but at the same time you lose something. There's this cohesion and community and urgency of being timely that you kind of lose. That's interesting. That's really interesting.
It also goes back to the fact that if you can't see it again, and it's a big deal, like the Apollo 11 landing was the big deal, then everybody all around the world is watching. Everybody. Now there's so much stuff you can do and see and watch on the internet that you're not going to get everybody on the planet to watch something space-wise unless it's like the first man landing on Mars. That may be the big one.
Yes.
That everybody wants to join in and will stop everything to watch, like back in 1969.
It's a really good point. Yeah, I'm wondering if like the first return to the moon, first time we put boots back on the moon, if that's even going to capture people's interests in the same way. If people are just like, it's probably fake. I'll just move on with my day, go to work, like.
I think people would be excited about it.
You think so?
I hope. Yeah. I feel like I entered astronomy at an interesting time where I didn't get to see all this stuff before, and I'm only seeing it in what's happening now. So I can't really, I'm not confident on giving like a whole, are people more interested or not? I'm just kind of experiencing it almost like for the first time. But I like to hope that people would still be just as excited.
Right. Ron, what are your hopes for space in the next 50 years? Let's say, so it's going to be like 2075. Where do you hope we're at?
Well, I hope we're further along after we get back to the moon than we are after we landed on the moon the first time. Because back then in the early 70s, there were things like Space 1999. There were TV series with puppets about space.
Yeah.
I mean, there were all kinds of cool things, and the anticipation was there, and then there was nothing. Yeah, we got the shuttle eventually, but after the Apollo missions, it seemed like the energy drained out of it. So I'm hoping that when we start getting closer to going back to the moon, then the excitement builds. And since it's becoming privatized, maybe the billionaires that are involved in it now will push that further than it did back when I was younger.
Yeah.
So hopefully by 2050, we're staying on the moon for a longer period of time. We've at least gone to Mars once. We're not going to terraform or live on Mars in the next 100 years. It just won't work. But we should be on the moon full time.
Yeah, it's a good take. So I think the last question I'd have for you then is, if you were to meet a random, maybe say 10 to 15-year-old kid, like right now, was walking down the street and they stopped to talk with you on your driveway, and you were to talk with them about space, what would you tell them in order to encourage them to get interested in space or get excited about it based on your experience with space throughout your life?
It can be a career. We have a mutual friend, Brody.
Yes.
Who went to the University of Illinois, and I think he found a job in aerospace.
You did, yeah. I think he's
been
doing quite a bit with it.
He's a rocket scientist. I mean, come on, how cool is that? And you can make a living dealing with stuff in space, and that to me is cool. I mean, you can be a plumber, you can be a stock broker, fine, but how cool would it be to have a job that deals with space and have the potential for actually going into space? That would be cool.
Yeah,
agreed.
I love that.
I like that. Yeah.
More kids working in space. Hear that, children? You can do
Listen
it.
up.
Uncle Ron said so. That's really cool. Well, thanks for spending a little bit of time here sharing your view through the galactic window, Ron. It's been awesome to chat with you live on air. Feels like we're fulfilling a prophecy after all these years.
Yeah.
We're grateful for your support, for you being here, and we hope this isn't the last time.
Well, I look forward to the next one.
Cool.
Thank you so much, Ron. Everyone give it up for Ron.
Yeah, give it up for Ron.
W's in the chat for Ron.
Yeah. W's in the chat. We'll see you next time, Ron.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
That was a good question. I like that.
Ooh, yeah. Well, it was even better answers.
Yeah, I think it's important to plant the seed. I don't think there's really any age where one can find the passion for astronomy. Like I got really late into it. 2020 was when I discovered astronomy and space. But there's something about, I don't know, like it feels like whenever you are younger, whenever you're still like the sponge, there's these like hopes and dreams that seem like they're just a lot more like, I don't know, they're just a lot more pungent maybe, or a lot more just there versus when you get older. Right. But like whenever I do outreach, I do a lot of astronomy outreach with my club, and it's always so exciting to see the little ones like go absolutely nuts over seeing something through a telescope. Yeah. Like they're just knocking stuff over like super ADD. But it's awesome because I just don't see that excitement as much with people my age. There's excitement like, oh, that was really cool, or this is cool. But to see a little kid like, oh my God, I want to be an astronaut now. I think that's so important to plant that seed. It really is a beautiful thing.
Right.
Space, astronomy.
Well, you have to always think that every astronaut ever was once a kid, or every astrophysicist.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I know that sounds like, okay, Nick, like file that under the state of the obvious label, but sure. For real, there were every single person who ever achieved something in the world of space was once a kid who didn't have any accolades or any achievements or any education or any resume to show for it, but they were inspired by something along the way. And it may be a conversation. It may be the one time they looked through a telescope. And nowadays it might be the one video they watch online that changes everything for them. And you don't know who the next Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins level person is going to be on your driveway asking you questions, or on the internet commenting on your video, or engaging in the live chat with you. Like, you just don't know who that might be. And Like, why deny any opportunity to help educate, inspire, and like fire up, people who might become the next memorable name all throughout history.
Man, that's so good. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll be something cool.
Right? For real. Dude, like, we have so much life left to live, man.
Yeah.
We really do. Like, we're not children, but we've got a lot of life. And I feel like our culture is so quick to assume that, like, once you're like older than 25, you're just done. It's like, if I haven't figured it out after like the first couple years of college, then like
that's it.
Like, book it.
Throwing the flag.
Right.
Yeah.
I love when I hear stories about people who are in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and even 90s doing cool things. Like George H.W. Bush jumped out of a plane at like age 90 or something like that. Like, I'm not even kidding.
That's
he legitimately did. He like skydived. Like, you just can't deny yourself that. And there's no excuse except your own excuse.
Just do it. Right.
Quick interjection here. I see some people in the chat asking about how you can be on the show, and we're still leaving the floor open for tonight. We want to have a little bit more fun. If you are interested in being a guest on tonight's show, we can do that. But there's a couple things you got to do. Number one, you need to be a member of the Orbital Alliance YouTube channel. So you need to click join and become a member, or receive one of the gifted memberships that have been put up there. So you could receive one by clicking join, clicking the 3 dots, and then clicking accepting gifts, and that you might receive it. If you do receive one, you'll see your name will change color in the chat, and you will have a little star icon next to it. If you get that, go to the Orbital Alliance channel page, go to the community tab. You'll find members only community posts, and there's a form in one of those. It's a Google form. It's like 4 questions, and I will email you a link right now, and we can get you to join if that's what you want to do.
It,
but no pressure.
I love this right here. Went back to college at 54 years old to pursue a degree in planetary science.
Dude, W's in the chat for that.
Yeah. W's in the chat for Blue Eyed.
That's incredible. I just did an interview on a job last week. I was at a company not too far from home, people I've never met, and there's a guy who was 60 years old. He just got his bachelor's degree, and he was so excited about it. I love this. I love Blue Eyed in the chat. I love this guy who said, I don't care. Age is a number, and I want to learn, and I want to make my life better because it's going to contribute to what I love. And you're doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah. I want to share a little story. I love these stories so much because they get me so pumped up and so excited for astronomy. So if you guys don't know, there are such things as astronomy clubs, right? And it's probably a lot cooler than what you think it. Like when I first thought of astronomy club, I'm picturing like a rocket scientist and me not even belonging. Like what like how would I fit in with these group of people, right? That are bunch
of nerdy guys doing this.
Yeah, exactly. And it's actually that. No, but they're a lot cooler.
Yep.
But I joined a club. There, I fell in love with astronomy in 2020. That's when the seed was planted. And at my there's like a local astronomy park near me, and it's in short, it's basically an area where you can go out and stargaze. You can bring your telescopes there, and they have even telescopes that are sitting on the property for public use. And there was this sweet old lady who was part of the club, and every time I would go there, she would hand me this pamphlet. She's like, "Tan, are you gonna join?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I just it's almost like I'm just browsing, So I would be there and I would stargaze. I would do my thing, and then I would go home. And then I think after the 6th time, maybe 7th, I caved in. I was like, "Okay, fine. Let me see what it's all about." So I sign up, and then I attend my first astronomy club meeting, and I get to meet like 20 to 30 other people that are huge into astronomy. And I feel like it was the first time in my life where I thought I knew what astronomy was, And then I see these people that are coming in, learning this for the first time in their life at all different age groups, like little kids, someone who's up in their 80s.
Yeah.
And for me, it told me that it literally doesn't matter how old you are, what your current situation is. There is like the stars are meant to be shared with everyone, and I think it's difficult to see that whenever you're so like tunnel vision with your own life, that you forget there's this whole other thing out there that exists. But yeah, man, get just go out and look up, like get started at any capacity if you can, because it truly is one of those things that I think every human being in their lifetime should get a chance to experience. It would make me really sad to know that someone would go their whole life not ever once learning about the cosmos, or it doesn't have to be intimidating. It could just be surface level. Where's the moon, or where are my planets? Where constellations is up right now. So here's your sign, guys. If you're listening to this, get started.
I'm I'm deeply moved by what you shared. All of it's so poignant and true, and a lot of hobbies, or what's the word? Interests, perhaps. There's like an entry fee, right? There's like, and I'm not talking about like for clubs. Maybe there's some for clubs, but like you gotta buy gear, you gotta buy equipment. Like if you want to start running, if you want to be a good runner, you're gonna have to dump $100 to $130 on a good pair of shoes, like an actual good pair of shoes. There's some. If you want to start playing hockey, you gotta buy gear. You gotta buy a stick, pads, pucks. You're dropping $5,000, $600,000 or whatever. Like you're dropping all of it. With astronomy and space exploration, you just need your own two eyes, and you walk outside on a clear night. That's free. It's free. Like you don't have to do anything, and the only person in the way is yourself, and it's so cool. And you can start spending money on gear. That's all there, but you don't need to do any of it to enjoy it. Like, went for a walk this evening, and I was just as excited to find Venus and Jupiter in the sky as I was 10 years ago or 15 years ago, when it was really exciting and new to me. It's just as exciting, and I didn't have to bring out my telescope. I didn't have to spend money. I didn't have to pay a subscription. It's all there, and it's there for you. It's there for you.
I wonder what it is that, for me, it's challenging for me to get people to actually go out and do it, and or at least it feels like that. It feels like most people will listen to what I say when I tell them to go watch a shower, and it feels like it goes through one ear, and I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to get to is what is something we can do to get people more interested in looking up?
Yeah.
Aside from having the occasional, total solar eclipse or northern lights, like how do we get the average person who works like a normal 9 to 5, comes home, has to feed their kids? How do we get that busy person to take even just 10 minutes of their life to go outside with their loved ones? And hey, did you know that right there is, one of the biggest planets? Like, how do we get there? Like, what are some things we can do? Because I'm still trying to figure that out.
Yeah. I guess the follow-up question to that is, what are the barriers keeping people from doing that? So if you can identify those, then you can find cures for those barriers. And the first thing that comes to mind for me is that people are intimidated by the perhaps assumed level of intellect that goes along with astronomy. Just the word alone, if people can get the word right and not confuse it with astrology. That's already a barrier. Getting the word out of their mouth correctly. Yeah. But thinking, astronomy, that's just for smart nerds. It's for smart people. There's math, there's science.
Too much for me. Yeah.
There's probably textbooks that I don't want to read.
I
think that's probably number one. It would be my guess. And so my question to cure that then would be, how do we make it appear, which it can be as simple as you want it to be, but to remove some of that complexity and that false veil of needing to be an intellectual to even participate. What would those things be?
Yeah, let me know when you figure it out, chat.
Yeah.
I mean, on the surface, it sounds really easy. Richard Jones says here that's how you fit in tan. Streaming is a way to get them interested. I agree. I just wish that I could do more. It doesn't feel like there's enough. Kayla says city lights as being one of the culprits to making people hesitant to enjoy astronomy. And then I think I would agree. If you live in like LA, astronomy is not going to be fun for you, to be honest. If you go out and all you see are just buildings and lights, yeah, I could see how that would not really just be part of your vocabulary, because like, what's the point? So if we need to get people to darker skies, I think that for me was the one time where I looked at astronomy through a different lens, was when I actually went to somewhere and I saw the Milky Way. I saw the Andromeda Galaxy. Right. Something that you normally don't see at night. If you see it for the first time, it changes your experience. So I guess we just gotta try to find ways to get people to go out and camp, or something.
Yeah. Well, and the other side of it, like with episode 15 with Don Ficken, where we talked with him about dark sky sites, and advocacy and reform for working with government policy and supporting like reducing light pollution in urban and suburban areas. There's actually actionable steps that all of us can take to reduce that. Yeah. Right? Like we can support like Dark Sky International. You can actually donate money to help with that, so that they can contact people who have influence, like government officials, and start making policy that require certain standards for cities, so that they can reduce it. Like, imagine if you were even to take a major city or even a semi-major city down one Bortle step.
That's huge.
That would be insane. What if we could do that? But that starts with people like us who know better, who are informed about it and educated about it, or even just have even a tiny semblance of knowledge about it, to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to support this financially, or I'm going to start doing some education outreach, or like join this club that's going to talk about it. Making those small actionable steps to push, it's the I'm going to quote the Lord of the Rings. It's like, two small pebbles that start an avalanche, right? You gotta avalanches start somehow. They aren't huge snowfalls like immediately. So everybody, let's all be pebbles, because you can change something, and that can make an impact on people who don't have access to the night sky.
Yeah, I agree. I think this kind of goes back to like setting these goals. So something Kayla said here, it's not easy with little kids and bedtimes. So I agree. I don't think anything that you're wanting to try, anything that's different to try to squeeze in your life, can be challenging, can be difficult, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. And kind of going back to what Nick is saying, it's not like I'm saying, oh man, you got to make time to go out to josh a tree with the kids and do this before on a school night, or even in the summer. But if you can find just 10 minutes of your day, hey, Timmy, come outside. The moon's out. Start right there. It literally doesn't have to be the craziest thing. Just simply just showing that the moon sets like in this direction, or that Jupiter's over here. I think those are like the tiny little pebbles that we're talking about. Just plant the seed, So I understand, this isn't going to be easy for everyone, but I truly believe that you can try to find the time to squeeze it in there. That's kind of where I'm getting at. It's just, I feel like it's so important, and it might not seem that important, but I don't know, man. It changed my life, and maybe it could improve or change yours too.
Yeah, I feel the kid thing, because I've got a child, and a lot of the key things that I want to see in the night sky happen around sundown or just after, which is, of course, during dinner, it's during bedtime, and during times when you need to be inside and can't go anywhere because you need to be home with your child. That does put like a massive damper on interest, because it's like, oh, I want to go do an epic shot of the space station tonight with my camera, but I can't do that because it's blocked by trees at home, and I've got to make sure my kid is in bed on time or something. I have to like book a sitter to go do an astrophoto, which is insanity. It just sounds ridiculous. Like, I'm just going to give up at that point. Not to mention, if everything goes well that night and you can go out and look at something, but then your kid starts throwing a fit, and then you got to, like, you play that whole game of like, my kid won't go down for bed, and now I'm missing this eclipse, or something wild like that. Like, it is incredibly challenging. I have more times than I can count where I have struggled to balance my astronomy time with family life, and trying to like make sure I'm also present for my child. So totally feel you there. And I mean, I can only imagine what's like with people with multiple kids. It's 2, 3, 4, 5 times the battle.
Yeah.
And you just feel like you're landlocked, you're bogged down.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes there are windows to invite your kids into it. Like back in May this year, during the first big aurora storm we had, I woke my kid up at 1:30 in the morning and dragged her to the park across the street because I was like, I don't care. I'll deal with the pain tomorrow. If she's cranky, crabby, I do not care. I think what was that? Maybe it was like a weekend. I think it was a weekend, but it wasn't a school night. But I got
W Nick, W co-host, W dad.
It felt so worth it. And she was mesmerized by it. She was 4, but it was like, yeah, you know what? I'd rather deal with the consequences of waking my kid up this one time, so I can share a special moment. And I took pictures with her, with the aurora. This is a silhouetted photo of her on my shoulder. It's like,
oh, that's so beautiful.
But I don't do that every night because I know that's also massively irresponsible, and you got to keep your kid healthy and sleeping. So you got to pick your nights, but there are moments you can make,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I want to bring attention to this comment. I love this so much. This is Ophelia. She OG, by the way, big supporter of Chasing the Milk here.
Nice.
She says, I'm the neighbor who sets up just enough gear to spark curiosity. Before long, neighbors stop by to chat and leave knowing how to spot the main constellations.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, just a big MVP.
Ophelia,
I love that so much. Yeah, What a beautiful thing. Taking a little bit of your time to just kind of position others so they can have that opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Yeah, I there was one time I was streaming on TikTok earlier this year, back in like January, and the FedEx guy or Amazon guy or something like came up to my doorstep, and he walked right by me because I was set up with my telescope right on my front yard, and I was like, dude, I'm looking. He's like, what are you looking at? I'm like, I'm looking at the sun right now. It was like the middle of the day. Like, you want to come see it? So he like peeked over my shoulder and was like, do you think that delivery guy ever had somebody be like, hey, you want to look through my telescope while you're delivering a package? Like, what a random thing, but it's so much fun to like invite people into it,
Yeah.
What a weird thing.
Oh, it's a great thing.
I wish more people were out walking by when I was doing it.
My there's a guy in my club who does something called sidewalk astronomy. He's an older gentleman. And he just sets up a telescope like at a public park, and while people are jogging by or walking by, there's just, hey, here's a free view of the moon. That's something that I would like to do is maybe I'll make that a New Year's goal, is to do more outreach like that.
Dude, can we do it together?
I think that'll be cool. We can have a sign that says like free views of the moon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Because I feel like I'd be terrified to do it alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you'd be able to do it.
Yeah, that's I probably could, but I feel like I'd switch to introvert mode pretty hard.
Yeah. Just have a huge sign that says, "Are you having a crappy day? Here's a view of the moon."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because like I'm trying to think, and let me know in chat if you guys maybe agree. But if I am just going through my normal routine of life, whether I'm just going on a jog or just walking with the kids or whatever it is, and then all of a sudden there's someone there with a huge telescope, and this is something I've never seen before, and there was a sign that says, "Hey, here's a free view of the moon." I think I would be really interested.
Yeah,
most people just don't have telescopes laying around, so
right.
Let's do it, man. Maybe we can do our podcast. We can have a podcast episode.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Tom's in here. Let's go.
Oh, Tom Heil, what's happening? Good
Yeah, I
to see
see
ya.
people from over on the talk over here. I keep on pinning it, but yeah, guys, if you're over on talk, hi. I can't really see your comments, so if you do want to hang out and actually chat with us where we can see, we are on YouTube.
Louder for the back row. Hey Shannon, welcome in.
Welcome in.
A lot of good.
Welcome in, everyone. Episode 31. This is our last episode before the year ends.
That's right. We've been having a party. Oh man, dude, do you remember vuvuzelas?
What? I don't know what that. Are you speaking French?
I don't know what language it is, but it's some African language. So when the World Cup was in South Africa, it's like that, those little plastic horns, they're like long and they like extend and they make this like whir kind of noise. Everyone brought them to the games, the matches, and it made this crazy noise that like made broadcasting the World Cup incredibly difficult, but they became really popular for like sporting events and parties and stuff.
So what you're saying is we need one of these, and we need everyone to have one of these.
We all need vuvuzelas.
At our next, yeah.
So like when we're doing street astronomy, we're just gonna be like blowing it in people's faces, but like, like look through my telescope.
Just right up to their ear.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this crowd, bro. We got 17 people in here.
Oh, what? Y'all are crazy.
Yeah, you guys are crazy.
Let's see. There's some French here. Laissez le bon temps brûler. I don't know how you say that in French. Did I say it close?
Laissez le bon temps brûler. I don't know. Did I? Yeah.
I only took one term of French, so that's all I got.
Luna. Le Luna?
Je m'appelle Nick. Comment vous appelez-vous? 10.
I don't know.
Je ne sais pas. That's what you say. Je ne sais pas.
That was pretty good. Oh,
I don't know.
Thank you.
Let's see. I don't know. You get, do you want to know some French? Ça va is like what's up.
Oui, ça va.
Yes, what's up? Yes, it's good. Ça va, ça va bien. It's good.
It's good. It's good.
It's good.
Let the good times roll.
Oh, okay. I love that.
Let the good times roll.
Dude, speaking of good times, you want to play another new game?
Oh, man. Yeah, let's do it. Let's play a game.
All right, chat. This one involves you guys. So we need your help. Everybody who's in here, it's party time. Let's do this. Are you all familiar with Mad Libs?
Also, real quick.
Okay.
There's 41 people over on Talk. We would love for you guys to come over on YouTube to play this game. So please, it's super easy. It's called the Galactic Window. All right, just type in YouTube, type in Galactic Window, and you'll see the live button.
Yep.
Come over here. It's more fun over here. Plus,
Please
you guys are gonna get banned anyways, so this is where we're gonna be at. Okay, sorry, Nick. I just wanted to make that shout people out.
That's okay. All right, Mad Libs. You know those books that you had when you were a kid, and it's like a story that's like one page long, and there's blanks in the story, and it's like, give me a noun, give me an adjective, give me a verb, and then you have to like fill it in, and it gives you funny things. You know, like Tom went to the like, I don't know, poop market, and he found like banana pastries. I don't know. You're just like, it sounds ridiculous at the end. We're gonna do space Mad Libs. So we need you guys to help us fill out this story.
Yes, we need your help. We need your help.
So we have this story queued up here, and I'm very scared how this is gonna go. So what we need from you guys in the chat, everybody, no matter where you are, come over here and participate in the YT chat. I'm gonna ask you guys for those fill in the blank words. And you guys have to give us a suggestion, and we are going to pick the best one, and then we're going to read out the whole story. Hopefully there's some lulls and the giggles. I don't know how it's going to go. This is literally the first time we've done this. So it's going to be a huge toss.
Also, let's keep it, mostly PG rated. All right, nothing. We're just not going to read the word if you put something atrocious in there.
Good call.
Or too explicit.
Really good call. Yeah. No swear words, no R-rated or X-rated
Yeah,
stuff.
you can be funny without being vulgar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we're already talking about poop markets, so that's
I'll let it slide.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Here's the first one. We need a name of a person. Give us a name of a person.
Give us a name. Yep.
And we're not going to spend too much time on this because there's a lot of them.
I'm going to take a bite of this quesadilla real quick.
Yeah, do it. Oh my gosh. I probably got in too deep with this. We're going to need a lot of stuff. Name of a person. Tan, Helen Keller, Tan. I got a couple Tans in suggestions.
Why are there so many Tans?
All right. 3 Tans. 4 Tans.
Thank you, Blue Eyed, by the way, for penning those.
Barbie.
Yeah.
All right. Which one are we picking?
I like Barbie.
Barbie. Okay, Barbie.
Captain John Luke. That's good.
Okay. Next thing, we need an adjective, a descriptive word. Drop them in the chat. We're moving quickly, as quick as we can here. Picnic. Helen Keller. Fluffy. I'm going with the first one this time. Fluffy is good.
Fluffy's a solid.
Okay.
Solid adjective.
All right. Give us a name of a spaceship. Everybody get creative. Try not to pull something out of science fiction. Don't tell me Millennium Falcon. Give me the name of a spaceship that you want to make up.
Yeah.
We're going to try to pick some of the first things that pop in the chat just to keep it moving. There's a lot of these. This might take way too long, dude.
How many? No, we got this. How many do we have?
Well, we've
Like
just done.
10?
Oh, there's so many more, dude. I don't even know.
That's all right. Now let's do it.
I might just whiz through and add some myself at some point here. Fairy dust, Challenger,
I like fairy dust.
spaceship poopy pants. I feel like we gotta.
Orville, Helen Keller. Where did the Helen Keller thing come from?
I mean, I think that's kind of the running gag from Apples to Apples. That was like the most powerful card in the game. All right, guys, give me a plural noun.
Gnarly.
That's like apples or pants.
Divine wisdom.
Kayla Fajada Doga.
That's a good one.
All right, we need a plural noun. Walmarts, cookies, tacos. Tan, you pick this one.
McRibs.
Done. All right. Next, we need a
choice, James.
A type of speed.
A type of speed.
Yeah. So like, let's see. This is a weird one.
Like light speed. Or what do you mean?
You know what? Like, give me a noun. Let's go noun.
Okay. Turbo slow.
Turbo slow. Yeah, that's a good one. That might not work though. I like that. So.
Swift Tuttle. That's pretty good.
Wait, Swift Tuttle or Swift Turtle?
Swift Turtle. No, but that's good though. Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing that. Swift Turtle. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is gonna take 20 years to do, dude.
20 light years.
We're
already invested. We just got to do it. I think.
All right, name. Give me a name.
Ling Ling.
Okay. Oh wait, no, I have to some of these are reused. Okay, I just gotta. Okay.
My medication is wild. Wait, what? Fastest.
Right, give me a name of a planet.
How about Moana?
Planet Moana. Okay, plural noun. Drop a plural noun.
Original.
Uranus.
Oh, I like Uranus. Put an accent on it above the A. Uranus.
Is it French? Oui, oui, Uranus.
Uranus.
Ooh, fungi. I like that one. Fungi.
Okay. I'll pronounce it fungi.
Give me 3 adjectives, everybody. Just layer them in.
Someone said, I can't even say that. He's like, didn't even try. That anus though. Daranasto. Daranasto. Daranasto.
Oh
Someone said, "What's an adjective?"
What's an extra descriptive word?
Yeah. Hot, cold, spicy.
Okay, I'm gonna mix some of the combos here. I'm gonna take spicy, sticky, and orange.
Mmm. Super funny. Squishy.
All right. Give me
Also,
let's. Oh, go ahead, Tan.
just because I can.
Mhm.
That is all.
Oh, did you like pop something? I was on the other screen.
Yeah, I got these cheap little poppers that don't really do much. Here.
Okay. Do another one. Hey.
There's like one string in there.
All right. You know what? Everybody just drop a bunch of words in the chat. I'll pull a bunch.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Okay.
just say whatever. Say whatever you want.
Yep.
Let
us
the
descriptive
intrusive
words.
thoughts. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. In the name of. Do we have a? Oh gosh. I can't.
Yo, the chat is wild.
You guys are wild. We're gonna.
This is why we can't ever do like voice to text or anything like that. Or speak.
No. Skibbity.
Riz.
Tooth Fairy.
More?
We got some Gen Zers drop it in Skippy Sigma. Oh my goodness.
Skibbity bop.
What do we got? What do we got going on here? Ohio? Yeah. Okay, so hey Tan, just read off a bunch of words. That'd be the most helpful thing for me.
Okay. Boba. Sus. Fubar.
Ooh.
Sushi. Kinetic. Ohio isn't real. Alabama. Ham radio. Ahaha. Someone put
Oh, that's good.
accretion disc.
Accretion disc.
Supercalifragilistic.
Nice.
Spam. Pelvis. Furby.
Nice.
Dude, this is crazy that we have this much. Pterodactyl.
Mm-hmm.
Dry spell. Harry Potter head? What does that even mean, bro? Yeet. Oh, yeet's a good one. Flanges.
Okay.
Dracaris.
Oh, halfway done.
Dracaris. I'm a potato.
Keep rattling them off, everybody. Bring them in.
Harry Pothead. Come on, guys. We need more. Let me see if I can scroll up. Let's see. Toilet.
Mhm.
Glorp.
Ooh, nice.
Riz. Seen a few Rizzes. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I don't know how to spell
Butterbeer.
that. That's good.
S word. Yeah. Milk.
Give me a number. Everybody give me a number.
23.
Nice.
17. Do you need more?
Oh, yeah. No, that's good.
I was going to name off the lost numbers.
Give me a plural noun. Do you have any?
Cats.
Give me another one.
Hospitals.
Okay. Keep reading words. Are there more words coming in?
Secret.
Ooh, I like that.
Master Splinter. How about Master Roshi?
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Sensu Bean. Kakashi. Poem. Ninjas. Candles. Nipple wax.
Oh gosh. All right, we're almost done.
Horchata. Chile Torreado. Ew. The hell? Chat.
Keep
Toenail
clean, folks.
clippings.
Yeah, toenail clippings. I like
Clean.
that.
It's just onigiri. Yum. I think we might have milk already. Pho. Cybertruck. That's a good one. Drone. Carrots. Sauce.
Okay,
Tails. This is crazy. We're still going.
I'm almost done.
No, I'm impressed, actually. I'm impressed. Elonia.
Adjective? Do we got any?
Let's see. Let's get some adjectives, guys. Descriptive words. Give me
I need 3 more and then we're done.
sour.
Okay.
Musty.
Okay.
And round.
Round.
We're not using moist.
Give me a. Oh, I'm using it.
Wet.
Okay, I think we're done.
Is water wet?
Is space dark?
Mm.
Oh wait, any other? Give me one more adjective. I missed one.
Rough.
Rough. Wait, give me something crazier.
Sticky rough.
I think we already have sticky. I think we do.
Exploding. There you go.
Exploding. It's a verb.
Okay. I'm trying to think of something that's super crazy.
Like
What's
slimy. What about? Okay, give me a really big number.
a really big number? All right, chat. Give me a really big number. Oh no! I accidentally just swiped over and see someone's live.
Oh no.
They're probably gonna see me and be like, "Oh, what's up, Jason?" Here we go.
1 million in all caps.
165,238.
Okay.
165,238.
Okay, I think we're good.
Whimsical.
Oh,
We
boy.
good?
Let me just double check. I'll make sure I didn't miss any. Hopefully I didn't miss any. All right, guys, this is gonna be rough. But thank you everybody for participating. The Mad Lib is now complete. So we are going to read this crazy space Mad Lib story for you all, and hopefully it does not disappoint. Because if it does, it's on y'all.
Yeah, we just spent 30 minutes on this, so
yeah.
Hopefully it's good.
Yeah, right. All right, here we go. Are you ready, Tan?
Oh man. Yep.
Here's our space Mad Lib story.
Okay.
Once upon a time, in a galaxy far, far away, lived an adventurous astronaut named Barbie, who was known for their courage. They flew in a fluffy spaceship called Spaceship Poopy Pants that was powered by McRibs and could travel at the speed of Swift Turtle. One day, Barbie decided to explore planet Moana, which was rumored to be home to fungi with sticky eyes and spicy feet. As they approached the planet, they noticed an orange ring around it, shimmering like spam in the light of 16 suns. Landing on the planet, Barbie was immediately greeted by a spongy storm of sigmas that smelled like Pop-Tarts, but felt like skibbity on the skin. They donned their Ohio spacesuit and ventured out to find the legendary boba of Fubar. Through the Furby landscape, they encountered an creature that looked like a pterodactyl, but with 69 heads. Their creature spoke in a yeet voice, offering Barbie a hairy map to the accretion disk of knowledge. Barbie followed the map, passing through 1 million whimsical valleys and over 23 slimy mountains. At last, they reached a milky cave where the butterbeer was said to be hidden. Inside, they found not just the... I missed two. Not just the noun, but also the plural noun that glowed with the light of glorp and sang a Riz melody. However, the cave was guarded by 17 hospitals with secret claws. Barbie cleverly used their sensu beans to distract the guardians, allowing them to take the candles and escape. Back in their spaceship, Barbie celebrated with a toenail-clipping feast of pho from space, sharing their carroty adventure with the saucy inhabitants of Cybertruck Station. And so Barbie became known not just for their sour courage, but also their musty wisdom, having brought back a moist piece of the universe's mystery to share with all.
Incredible.
Oh my gosh.
That was insane.
We lost viewers.
There's no one in here. There's no one watching us.
Everyone left.
Bro, we have to find someone who can illustrate, like turn that into an actual like thing.
Who can thanks, I hate it.
The musty wisdom.
Oh,
Encore. I
Jeez
can animate
Louise.
it. Oh my god, if you can turn that into like a thing, we'll sell it. We'll sell it on the TikTok shop.
Please do.
We love the TikTok shop.
Please surprise us.
Yeah.
Give me 7 weeks. That sounds reasonable. I'm not even joking.
Wait, you can animate it for real? I mean, yeah, no pressure, but yo, if you can make that a thing, that might be the coolest thing to happen for me next year.
I'm gonna have a nightmare.
Worth it. I can... Do it. You won't.
Oh my!
That was
gosh.
incredible. I think that was worth every bit of time that we spent into making that.
I'm glad. I think so too. I
Cool.
I was getting nervous there for a bit. I was trying to decide if it was Taco Bell sweats or nervous excitement that was getting to me.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, right. I think time invested is paid dividends.
Mm-hmm. Good job, chat. Seriously, huge. Everyone, give yourself a pat on the back, a round of applause.
Oh my goodness, dude! Sweet. Well, thank you everybody for participating. I mean,
You guys are awesome.
I literally had no idea how that was gonna go, and huge success.
Yep.
As Borat once said, great success.
Great success.
Very nice.
Especially the plural noun.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
I'm glad Nick
animations?
survived the pressure of too many answers. Me too.
You did
somehow.
good. Yeah, because if I was taking the wheel on that, I would have given up.
I think part of it was finding the mojo. I think having you read them and me being on the other screen, because I couldn't see the chat and I was like typing away, that made a huge difference.
Yeah.
That
Teamwork.
sped things up.
Teamwork.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate it, everybody. So let's see here.
Some
Chat-
cheese on my keyboard.
I have a question for you guys. For those of you who've been around on the show, who've been watching for a while, maybe even just last episode or two, but especially those of you who've been around since the beginning, what are some of the most memorable moments that you've had during 2024 of watching the Galactic Window Space podcast? Was there a guest that you enjoyed a lot? Was there something that somebody said that somebody said that inspired you or got you interested to look something up? Like, drop it in the chat. We want to know what those things are.
Let us know. Let us know. Let us know. A great story will go down in history. Absolutely.
Take that,
This will-
Rudolph.
Yeah. This might be in the theater near you too as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just give us 7 weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna knock Sonic out of the top number one spot.
Team Barbie, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I still haven't seen the Barbie movie. I need to watch it.
I haven't seen it either.
Mm-hmm. I would like a green username. How do I proceed to obtain one? Good question. You can click join on the video, under the video. It's right next to the subscribe button. And then you can become a member. And one of the perks of the first tier of the memberships is a green name, and you get a membership badge next to your name in the chat. And all that funding will directly support the furthering of the Galactic Window Space podcast, helping us keep the show alive, support the costs it takes to operate the show, and help us improve our equipment and opportunities with new guests and new locations to go to. So, but you also get some sweet perks as well.
Yep. Seriously, just I feel like I don't say this enough, but just a huge shout out to everyone who shows up.
Mm-hmm.
So just know that literally just showing up is the number one way you can just support us. Just being here, hanging out, liking the video, sharing it out, and hanging out as much as you can.
Yep. Kayla, I can't remember who it was, but someone talked about ISS Mimic, and I've been investigating making my own. Yeah, that's sweet. That was on Gadget Nate's episode, because he was talking about, I think it was him, having the ISS data attached to like a model, and it was like rotating the solar panels as the real space station solar panels were rotating based on the telemetry data. That was super cool.
Yeah, I do remember that. That's so crazy that you can just actually have that next to you.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
This one, I like how y'all include us in pinned comments in the show. That's a cool thing. It's the reason why I use StreamYard from the beginning, was because this feature to be able to include you all in the show.
Yeah,
it's so much fun.
I'm just as awful as meteor watching. I miss everything. It's all right. Fortunately for you guys, these episodes and every future and past episode, as long as YouTube is still around, you guys can always go back and revisit it. So I just want to make that very clear, because I know it can be tough to catch these lives, especially when we stream. We start them at 9. I mean, it's almost 11 now. So, if you're a 9-year-old, sure, that could be easy. But if you have stuff going on, it can be difficult. But just know that they're always there. So if you miss one, it's okay. You can pop one in while you're driving to work, or just if you want something to have in the background, it's always there for you guys. There's a whole playlist there. If you just type in Galactic Window, we've got a whole playlist where you can just click one and it'll literally just play them all through.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
hey, yeah. Sorry, we just both clicked.
Go ahead.
All right, I got it. I think I did this wrong. No,
I think I dotted this wrong.
I think I dotted.
I think I dotted this wrong.
That's okay. Yeah, no, thank you for the support. Thank you for the super. If you're looking for the membership, that is technically something different. But this does still directly support the podcast, and we're eternally grateful. So thank you for that. It is under.
If you're trying to support us, you did it right.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's that. You have to find the join button, and you'll see the suborbital and orbital tiers, and you can choose one and then click pay. Sometimes I don't know why, but for some people it's not showing up. That join button is not showing up for some people. My running theory is that there's certain versions of iPhone, the iPhone app, that's not including it. I was messing around with that like this weekend with somebody, and I think the iPhone was like the problem, which is annoying. But if you go to a browser on a laptop or something, you should have better luck.
Mm-hmm. This is my first episode. I don't use YT much, but we'll definitely come back.
Wow.
When's the next one, Nick?
Great question. So the next episode will be next Monday night. I believe it's January 6th at 9 p.m. Central Time. So we stream every single week, Monday nights, 9 p.m. Central. So you can find us right back here. And I'm incredibly grateful for you hanging out with us this whole night and participating. Mm-hmm. It's always great to meet new people. And I'm just glad that you're willing to come back and hang out with us again. That's so much fun. So just come excited to have some fun and learn about space in the process. And you'll always have a good time.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Ophelia. Appreciate your continued support over the years, like 3 or 4 years. And happy to have you over on this side. Dun, 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 dun. I don't see the button. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. We got to figure that out too, because I remember I couldn't find the button either on my end.
Yeah, it's I don't understand kind of what's going on, but
No worries.
In the meantime, though, Tan, you had something you wanted to share, didn't you?
I do. All right, guys. I need everyone's attention. We're gonna go back in time. All right. I want to take you guys back to episode 7 of the Galactic Window, and it'll make more sense why I want to show you this. But just for a brief moment, I want to give you guys a little context. We're gonna play a video, just a little clip from episode 7, and we're gonna kind of roll into that and talk about New Year's just for a little bit, just because this New Year's is right around the corner. I know I keep on saying it, but it feels surreal that 2025 is just a couple days away. So let's go ahead and let's roll the clip. We're gonna go back in time, guys.
Actually, this video is a special announcement video that I wanted to include in tonight's live stream in this podcast episode. But before I get to the announcement, I just want to give a little bit of context as to what this is about. Now, first, I started this podcast back in September of 2023. So it's been about 10 months. And since then, I've done 6 episodes where I've interviewed some amazing people, asking them about how they see space through their own eyes. And that has been so insightful. It's been fun, and I've learned a ton. Hopefully you guys have too. But in the time that I've taken since the previous episode, it's been about 7 months, I've been thinking, how can I make this podcast better? What can I do to elevate it to the next level? And every single time I thought about it, the answer was super clear to me. It was that, yes, I can do this. I can host my own podcast solo. I can do a good job. And I'm having fun in the process, but I think I need to add a co-host, somebody who can help share the conversation and help make it more effective and interesting and fun. So I decided to do that. I'm adding a co-host to the Galactic Window Space Podcast. And spending time having thought about who could this person be, it was super clear to me as well. Somebody who I've been hosting live streams on TikTok with, I've been on astrophotography trips with, I've gotten to know them in person now. It was just clear. And I wanted to sort of spill the beans here officially and say that Tan is not just a guest here on this episode of the Galactic Window Space Podcast. Tan is now officially a permanent co-host here on the show. So I'm excited. I cannot wait to see what the future holds with Tan here with me. He's going to be here on all these episodes as we get to know more people and explore their stories and interest in space. But Tan was the obvious choice. Like, we get along so well. His energy is amazing. He has such a heart and passion for astronomy, and he loves to keep things fair and calm and just like on the real level. It's never fake with Tan. He's always like talking to you as a human being, no matter who you are or where you're from. So I love that about him. And again, he was the obvious candidate. So I'm going to throw it back to you guys, the hosts of the Orbital Alliance's Galactic Window Space Podcast. Welcome, Tan, to the show.
Dang.
Dude, what a throwback.
That was my return episode. That episode was episode 7. My first episode I did with Nick when he was just doing it solo was episode 4. And then I came back July 19th for episode 7. And that's when we made the announcement that I would be a permanent co-host to this. So this wasn't always a thing. This started out as Nick here going solo, and eventually I snuck my way in here. And since then, like you said earlier, Nick, we've released an episode every single week since July 19th. We've had so many amazing guests. I've learned a lot over the past few months as a co-host about myself, about you, Nick. Some of the special guests that we've had, and again, just the importance of consistency. Nick, we talked about this before on our show, but this podcast has taught me just how to show up and stay on track, which is a challenge in many areas of my life. This podcast is one of the few constants that I'm really proud to maintain. But going into the new year here, I'm super excited, and I just want to say thank you to every guest who's been on the show, and every guest who, maybe even a future guest who will be on the show. because we've got a lot of exciting things for the new year, and just wanted to say thank you. That's all. I just kind of wanted to take you guys back to where it all started, because it's probably one of the most, like, in hindsight, I would say that episode, our first, and when we announced it, would be the a pivotal moment in my life too, in everything that I do. So thank you all, whoever's listening, whoever's watching now. Thank you guys, and whoever continues to listen, just a huge, huge, huge thank you.
My feels.
Yeah, man.
Oh, gosh, that was beautiful. Holy smokes, dude.
I mean, that's where it started, man. You know?
Yeah, I see it happening already. I was going to ask for it, but you all are just jumping on the horse. Everybody throw some hearts in the chat for Tan. Good night, Ron. Thanks for being here. Throw some hearts in there for him. I got to say, the number one decision I've ever made about this podcast was inviting you to co-host with me. And I have had so much fun doing it. And I remember some of the early phone calls that you and I had before this. It was like a couple months before I asked you. And the number one topic we kept talking about was, like, as content creators, as space content creators, how do we stay in the game? How do we stay energized? How do we stay focused? How do we stay passionate about what we do? And we were both sharing how we kept finding these inconsistencies, or we'd go weeks without posting. And then how do you get back in the game again? But the key was this, because we were really kind of both in our own funks, so to speak.
Yeah.
And that regularity, the accountability, and the teamwork that it takes to host a weekly show, which is basically it's like a late night show. We're pulling up, on Jimmy Fallon here. But it's changed the game for me, and I certainly would not be doing this without you, 100%. I think I would have dropped off. I would have given up. I probably would have had gaps where I just didn't do it for a couple weeks or 8 weeks or 20 weeks. And I'm extremely grateful. And it's been one heck of a year. And if these past 6-7 months are any forecast for the following year, the year to come, then my goodness, this is going to be the best year of my content creation career. So to you, brother, thank you.
Man. Yeah, dude, I'm stoked. Yeah, I'm just super grateful, and really hoping that we can keep on continue to bring value and fun to the show.
Mm-hmm.
We're always going to improve, and I think we're always just going to learn too, man. Like, I mentioned this earlier, I was going back and looking at some of my old podcast episodes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I have no business doing this. Like, my camera kept on cutting out. My audio was really bad. The lighting was terrible. And who knows, maybe one day, maybe, a year from now, I will look at this exact episode and say, dude, what were we thinking? Like, how do we even have people watching this? So it's always going to be a journey of improvement. But one thing I know for sure is that this really is one of those things that, like, when life gets chaotic for me, this is one of those things I can always fall back on no matter what. I can maybe not live stream because I'm burnt out on TikTok. I could maybe fail to finish some deliverable with some company sponsorship or whatever it is, right? But this podcast, showing up for it no matter what. And there's a lot of behind the scenes on us trying to get these things going. But dude, you and I, bro, we have just showed up every single week. So let's just keep on doing it, man. See where it goes.
Yeah, your spirit always shows up, dude. Like, in the middle of the week, you're checking in, you're following up, you're giving ideas. It's when you find the right people to hang out with, just by those things alone. Because people that care will be there. People who don't care will not be there. It's just it's just what it is. And that's why that's okay. Sometimes in the right context, just things don't work. But when you're trying to achieve a goal and you're trying to make something happen, you're starting a company, you're starting a podcast, you're trying to hit a goal, like you need people who are in, and you are in, and you have always been in. And it's so encouraging having you on the other end. And I love that you said it's like this fallback that's always there, and that's so true. Because just like you, we've got things going on, and there's just I never ever dread Monday nights, ever. Like last week, I worked a really long day and I was tired. I was up early. I didn't get good sleep. I worked all day. It was really exhausting. And I was like, yes, I get to have a podcast tonight. Like I'm going to be tired, but I'm like, yes, this is going to be so much fun. And it did not disappoint. So it just proves the point every single time. It's a re-energizer.
It's teaching me to show up no matter what, dude. I remember I don't remember what episode it was, but you were sick. You were really sick. And there was also an episode where I was just like, I think I just got back in town, probably just landed on a flight or something. And it was like, oh my God, I got 30 minutes to get ready. And I'm like, we're both like panicking, like, dude, like, should we cancel it or should we postpone it? Like, no, we just show up no matter what. And that's probably the biggest lesson I've learned this year is just showing up.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I fail to, sometimes I fail to show up in other areas of my life. But again, this is one thing that is kind of teaching me a habit to show up in other areas. And I'm really thinking as long as I keep on showing up, if you guys all keep on showing up for whatever it is you're going through, it'll spill over into your other habits.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a snowball.
Yeah.
Let it stick.
Yeah, absolutely. I love this so much. 2025, still earthbound, but the podcast is light years ahead.
Ooh. Poetic.
Yeah.
Prosy.
That's good.
That was
Sybil's in here. Oh my God.
Sybil. What's happening?
What's up? I still see a lot of you guys over on Talk. Just so you know, if you've been trying to chat with me, I'm not reading the comments over there. We're streaming on Talk, but we're streaming another stream. So if you guys do want to hang out, just know that every Monday night, 9 p.m., we do the same thing, but we're over on the other platform. YouTube.
Man. You know what I thought of? That this is kind of a weird tangent. When we had Ron in here earlier in the episode, I forgot to share something. I wanted to bring this up. This is pretty cool. So like I mentioned, for those of you who weren't in the show earlier, we brought in one of our members as a fun perk of being a member on the show. Is we feature you on the program. So he came in and we did a mini Galactic Window interview with him. And he tangent. Classic. And we had my friend Ron in, and I met up with him, he and his wife for lunch, earlier this year, and they were generous enough to gift me something, because they're older than I am. They have connections to family that are also older than I am, who've been a part of space things well before my time. They gifted me this pin. Let's see if I can focus in here. Can y'all see what that says?
Whoa. I just see M, and I can't read what's on the pin.
Let me open it up. Hang on.
Dude, wear a glove or something, bro. It's too pretty.
Yeah. Where's the focus?
Oh man, Apollo, NASA.
This is a pin that was gifted to someone they knew, who worked and contributed to the Apollo program in the 60s and 70s. And this was gifted to them by NASA. So this is a very old pin in a little case, and they were generous enough to give me. I forgot to talk about this when Ron was on.
How much do you want for it?
16 cheese gordita crunches.
Done. No traybacks.
Okay.
Dude, that's so well. What an awesome. Yeah. What a super cool gift.
Yeah, it was super awesome. And I'm bummed I didn't.
Well, we showed it now.
We did.
That's freaking awesome. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
So there's just cool things, cool connections that people have.
Yeah.
Oh,
also,
man.
if anyone in the chat knows anyone that works at NASA, or actually if you just know anyone at all that you think would be a really cool guest on the show, like let us know. That's the thing I realized is the power of just like like word of mouth or just knowing people. A lot. There's a few guests that we've had, and I feel like we were lucky to have him just because of someone knew him. So if you guys know someone, or maybe you you yourself, or do something really cool that you think would be interesting, hit us up. Let us know.
Yeah, drop your suggestions in the chat now if you got them, or leave a comment on the video after the fact if you want to submit anything. We're all ears, and we're open to any and all suggestions. Just know that because it gets suggested doesn't mean it will happen, but we could possibly have your idea be featured on the show. We'll give you credit, we promise.
Okay, there's a few comments that I missed, so I'm gonna go backwards.
Okay.
This is awesome. Shannon Katz in the chat says, "That's awesome. I have my dad's pen when he worked on a Mars project."
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show us that. Maybe you can be a member and show us. That is so cool.
Do you know which Mars mission, or was it a rover, a probe, something like that? I'd be very curious to know which one, if you know.
Also, read this. I want you to read this one. This is insane to me.
Okay. Speaking of light years, James Webb Space Telescope supposedly spotted city lights on a planet 4 light years away from Earth. What?
Bro, are you serious right now?
I haven't heard that myself. I need to look that up. I'm 4 light years away. We're talking about Proxima Centauri. That's like the nearest star. Are we looking at planets around Proxima Centauri?
Spotting city lights on a planet, no matter where. You know what I mean? It's actually insane.
Yeah. I wonder.
So...
Yeah, because it could be anything, really, right? Like, it could be city lights. I'm not doubting the possibility. But also, I wonder, like, if you could detect like lava flows that are just so massive that they emit their own light or something like that, or if there's like some crazy
storm.
Storm, bioluminescence. What if there's some kind of other thing? I don't know, but that would be
aliens shooting off fireworks, maybe.
Yes. Maybe it's drones over space New Jersey.
Yeah. Let me call my homie Neil deGrasse Tyson. So
nice.
Funny.
Yeah,
hit him up.
You got him on speed dial? Is he pinned at the top of your text messages?
Okay, so he worked on Mariner 4.
Oh, no way. Okay.
That's cool. With JPL.
Sweet.
Oh, that's cool.
I love that.
Means life out there if it's true. You think aliens, let me throw a hypothetical at you. Let's just say that we knew for a fact that there are other beings out there. Do you think they also make New Year's resolutions?
Ooh, profound, astute.
Yeah, I'm gonna beam up at least 10 more cows next year, or whatever it is. I'm gonna probe less. I'm trying to become a better alien.
I'm gonna probe less. Oh, I'm gonna visit Uranus fewer times.
What was the other one too?
That
Anado.
That anas though.
That anasto. That's so freaking stupid. Yeah, do you think they make? What do you guys think? Do you think ET are to the point where they, also would like to make some kind of goal or resolution?
Yeah, or do ETs evolve beyond resolution? They just merely hit their goals all the time.
Yeah, what would that be like?
Is failing just inherently a human trait?
Ooh. I'm trying to picture what that would be if failing wasn't even a thing. Like you could only go up. You could only I don't know, failing could be subjective too, but that's a complicated one.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I would have to assume that based on our experience here on Earth, life always strives to move beyond its current state. Whether it's survival or just plain knowledge and experience. So I'm going to assume that ETs would also be setting goals and striving to reach them and setting resolutions at their year. Which I guess begs the question, what is their year? Because ours is 365 days and some change. Is their year shorter, longer? Like, what if it's like Pluto, where it's like some stupid long year, and they're like, yeah, forget resolutions. Like, I won't even be alive by the time the next one comes around.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy to think about.
Mm-hmm.
The whole year thing, the whole day, week. I mean, you can go down to the seconds, minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's all just made up.
Learning to be, their resolution is to learn to be more subtle about their appearances over New Jersey. That's clever.
That's super funny. It would be a new cosmic year or a new galactic year. New Days resolutions. New Days.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Well, I guess if you're on the planet Venus, that would be kind of the case. What is it, like 270 days or something like that? Earth days for one day. Am I wrong?
Is that what it is? I know, something crazy, but
let's see. It's
I want an alien selfie from James Webb Space Telescope.
It's roughly 2/3 of an Earth year. So yeah, I'd
Like
set a
September?
resolution for every Venetian day. It's not to confuse with Venice. Venusian.
Venetian. That's interesting.
Uranusan. Did anybody else read that letter that Jimmy Carter put on Voyager? By the way, rest in peace, Jimmy Carter. Indeed. Yeah, rest in peace, Mr. President. I did read that. I read it today. It was fantastic. I can find it. I have it handy, I think. It's because it's worth sharing. Here, I have it. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
So this is an official letter that was put on the probe Voyager, and with the hopes of finding future intelligent civilizations, who knows when. So here we go. This Voyager spacecraft was constructed by the United States of America. We are a community of 240 million human beings among the more than 4 billion who inhabit the planet Earth. We human beings are still divided into nation states, but these states are rapidly becoming a single global civilization. We cast this message into the cosmos. It is likely to survive 1 billion years into our future, when our civilization is profoundly altered and the surface of the Earth may be vastly changed. Of the 200 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy, some, perhaps many, may be inhabited planets and spacefaring civilizations. If one such civilization intercepts Voyager and can understand these recorded contents, here is our message. This is a present from a small distant world, a token of our sounds, our science, our images, our music, our thoughts, and our feelings. We are attempting to survive our time so we may live into yours. We hope someday, having solved the problems we face, to join a community of galactic civilizations. This record represents our hope and our determination and our goodwill in a vast and awesome universe. Signed, Jimmy Carter, President of the United States of America.
Okay, we're gonna have to dive into Voyager. I actually have a copy of the disc, like not the actual thing, but I have the golden record.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we should explain about like what Voyager is for people who don't know, and you probably know a lot more than I. But in short, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Voyager was basically just a message that was sent out in space in case that one day another advanced being would pick up the message and be able to encrypt it and understand what Earth is like. There was a bunch of like random sounds, like animal sounds and music, just to let them kind of get a taste of what humans were like on Earth. Something like that.
Yeah, you nailed it, dude.
Yeah. And I don't remember when the Voyager mission was, but they were all these messages were kind of like encoded onto these two like golden discs. And dude, a company sent me a disc. Like they make the records. So like not the actual record, right? But basically the same thing. It's just it's a vinyl. It's gold, and like there's an AB on both. There's two. Well, no, there's more. I think there's like 4 discs. It's 3 or 4 discs. And each of those discs will have like random, like for example, one of the discs has a bunch of hellos in like all the languages, And then another disc has like Beethoven and like some other classical music on it. And then there's also a disc that has random sounds of like birds and chickens and whales and everything that you can possibly, if you were to say, hey, we want whoever to pick this message in space, we want them to know what Earth is like in a nutshell. They basically threw it on these discs or these vinyls. What an incredible message.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And to think that back then, that was the best we could do, right?
Mm-hmm.
For data storage and ease of access, like universal access. Like, hopefully they'd be able to figure out that a vinyl is like scratches on plastic, and that they can find a way to play that back. It's a primitive form of audio. And nowadays, like, we could send a SSD with 2 terabytes, this big, the size of a credit card.
Yeah.
And you could send infinitely more HD videos, of humans, our podcast, a couple episodes of our podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, our whole archive of our podcast so far. It's wild. Like, they did the best they could with what they had, and that's what happened. And it gets the job done.
It's crazy because like we're basically assuming that they would be capable enough to even encrypt and read the disc too. Like, what if they aren't as advanced as we thought, and they find these 2 golden records and they're like, the hell is this? It's just 2 pieces of plastic or whatever to them, whatever that material is, So like, it's kind of it's a shot in the dark. It's a 2 random golden discs that are floating up in space.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. And isn't one of them like going to end soon, or like going to be out of order? Something along the lines of that, where one of them is no longer going to be like doing its mission.
Yeah, well, both Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 are still alive. Voyager 1 has been out of the solar system. It was the first craft to exit the influence of the sun ever. And I'll look up the distance, but it launched in September of 1977, which, fun fact, is just a few months after Star Wars Episode 4 premiered. How far away is Voyager 1? Let's see.
The golden record.
I don't know if this is accurate. 15.5 billion miles, which is the equivalent, for more perspective, of 166 astronomical units. And I find that more relatable because an astronomical unit, 1 AU, is the distance from the sun to the Earth. So that's 93 million miles. So if you can do that 166 times, that's how far away Voyager 1 is. And it's traveling at some insane speed. How
That's
fast
wild.
is Voyager? Let's see what this says. As of August 2024, Voyager 1 is traveling at the speed of approximately 38,026 miles per hour. That's 17 kilometers per second.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Fast AF, boy.
That's very, very fast. And yet that, in terms of space, is pathetically slow.
Yeah. Almost like standstill, perhaps.
For real. And once you're out, it's, I don't know what that means in terms of, certain astronomical objects beyond, Pluto and there are other distant dwarf planets. Like the Kuiper Belt is next, and then there's the Oort cloud, which are all these big icy debris fields. It's like this sphere around the sun. I think it's somewhere out there and beyond that. It's just, you're not even that far away, and you're still like breezing through the stillness. So there's less and less influence. There's less and less relevance around you. So yeah, it does look like you're just standing still.
Yeah,
you're traveling 38,000 miles per hour.
This is interesting here and hasn't hit anything.
And the follow-up comment, yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Just,
Go ahead, Tim. Sorry.
Well, I was just saying, like, I think, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the vastness of space is like. Sometimes in my head, I always like to picture that everything, like, no matter where you go, there's always going to be sprinkles of, like, just random rocks and stuff. But maybe that's not the case. Maybe you could literally go for 10 years. Imagine going, like, 10 years, going, like, light speeds and just not running into anything at all. Like, just an empty, like, nothing.
Yeah. It's mind-numbingly empty, and yet also mind-numbingly full at the same time.
Yeah.
Voyager 2 also is in interstellar space, meaning it's beyond the influence of the sun. And that happened in 2018. So we have at least two probes that are interstellar. And that's just, those gave us some of the first views of the outer planets up close, like the gas giants and ice giants, because those were a big mystery before the 70s. Like, we looked at them through telescopes, but we went like right by them. I think Voyager 1 gave us Jupiter and Saturn, and Voyager 2 gave us Uranus and Neptune.
Uranus.
Uranus.
Uranus. It is in the same thought. Yeah.
Yeah. So President Jimmy Carter, throwing it to you, man. Helping us have a chance at being discovered. Hopefully not too late.
Maybe one day our podcast will help too. Maybe they'll come across our podcast and listen to these two simpletons talking about what they think space is like.
Right. They'll be like, give us this Taco Bell, whatever you speak of.
We need it now.
Yeah.
Baja Blast. Baja Blast.
And they start confusing it with Baja Blast.
I'm done.
Yeah. Right.
See y'all.
My coaster just stuck to my Baja Blast. That was weird.
Oh, nice.
Dude, that's some straight up science right there. Why?
Yeah, science.
Like, my question is, why does this stick? Because there's surface tension happening between the condensed water on my coaster dripping off the thing, and it's creating a suction effect on this. Look at that. Science, y'all.
Science. Yeah, science. They'll be like, I want Tan to get the probes ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've already seen us, and when they got here and said, "Nah, f that," and they just peeled out warp speed. Like, no, that's a bad area.
yeah, right.
Roll up your window.
Roll them up. Yeah. That's truer
That's
statement.
funny.
Never heard.
Yeah, where they're on their way to a more affluent area, affluent planet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, gosh, I do love thinking about the theories and possibilities. It's so much fun, and I get so hopeful. You know.
I think that's the beauty of space astronomy. It's just the mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just the just keeping you wondering. I think that's kind of like the core element to whatever this life is that we're experiencing. Like, just the mysteries. One of the greatest mysteries of the world.
Right. True.
They decided Andromeda has the best solar systems for parties.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Dude. Yeah, those Andromeda parties.
Yummy sugar for you too. Speaking of, that's actually one of my resolutions. One of my goals is to lay off the sodas so I can make weakness. I love sodas so much.
Me too, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone through so many spells in my life where I've given it up straight for like a couple months, just to like detox.
Yeah. Dude, I went a whole year without drinking soda at one point. It was awesome.
You're a better man than I.
It's tough.
Excuse me.
Take us to your Taco Bell.
Thoughts on planetariums? That's a great question.
I think they're great.
They're fantastic. Can't get enough. So if you're wondering, planetarium is different than an observatory. So planetarium is a domed theater. So there's going to be theatrical seats, and there's going to be a projector likely in the middle of the room, and it can simulate a night sky with a domed effect. And they can play projections and videos, and you can get educated on night sky happenings in the comfort of a theater. I actually went to the one in St. Louis in 2023.
The Science Center.
Yeah. Great show. They did like a night sky by the seasons kind of program. It was like an hour or something like that. And they went, winter, spring, summer, and autumn, and they showed the night sky and how it changes and what to look for. Some of the like history of how it inspired certain constellations and why this one is important, and certain constellations that are only out at certain times a year. Super informative, and even for someone like me who has been following space for my whole life, I learned so much. And even if it's the basics, it's a good refresher. But there were so many layers to it that I was like, this is amazing. Like I should have been doing this a long time ago, and I would go back tomorrow because it's just cool. So you just can't do stuff like that at home. So, but there are no telescopes in a planetarium. There can be at maybe the same facility. So choose wisely if you're looking to look through a telescope. But they're excellent family experiences and great for just a one-off adventure just by yourself. Can't recommend enough.
Different kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Different kind of fun.
And it's also cool to just watch. Sometimes, they can play movies that like are, built to be, they're stitched projectors to create like a massive image. And especially when you're like flying through space in those movies, it's so fun. You just look up and you can't see anything but screen, and you just feel like you're going through stuff.
It's like the firmament, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to go to the one we have in Chicago. Yeah, at Adler. Mm-hmm. I've never been. I've been there, but I have not been in their planetarium.
Is it real pictures?
It's mostly like a computer simulation of the night
sky. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's probably just an accurate representation of what it would be like. So, like no different than pulling like an astronomy app on your phone. Just a simulation of accurate celestial bodies and their positions in space. So yeah, not the real thing, but the closest thing you can get to the real thing, on a screen.
And it's cool because the objects that they're showing, stars and planets, like have an intensity. They kind of simulate the brightness of those things accurately. So a planet will look different than a star, just like it would in real life. So it's a really cool and accurate simulation.
Have a good night, Sybil. Thank you so much for hanging out, by the way. Hope to see you on the next.
Bye, Sybil.
Oops, I didn't mean to pin that, but I'm reading it anyways. If you're ever there, you totally should. I lived there for 8 years and went about once a year. Oh, nice.
Worth it.
Oops. I'm just pinning heavy.
Here's Shannon said, I've been to Griffith Observatory in LA. I've been there once. Very cool place, but I didn't get to explore all of it the way I wanted to. So it would be super cool to go back.
That's got to be a trip.
Let's make it happen, dude. It's on like a cliffside.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Have you been there?
Not to the planetarium. I've been to the observatory twice.
Okay.
But have not explored it.
Well,
I was a lab assistant in my high school planetarium. Use a Spitz Starball projector. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Okay.
I've actually got a mini, I call it a bedroom planetarium. And you guys probably have seen this on like Amazon, like those Galaxy projectors. Mm-hmm. But I was very fortunate enough to do a collaboration with Sega Games.
What?
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, and this is not a paid promo by any means, I just truly like their products. Sega Games, I'm talking like Sonic the Hedgehog, Sega Genesis. Those guys, they also make planetariums, like mini home planetariums. And they're basically these tiny little projectors that are very similar to the ones that you can find on Amazon. However, they're a lot more accurate. And there's a huge price jump too, because you are paying for something that's shooting out more than just like some colors on the wall. There are a bunch of these little discs, and you can think of them as like games, like little cartridges. There's these discs, and each, no matter what kind of, depending on whatever disc you get, you'll get a pretty accurate representation of like whatever that thing is. So, for example, I have the Northern Hemisphere Milky Way, so you can actually see the Milky Way as if it's probably just a bunch of photos that someone has taken. But anyways, it's incredible. It's an incredible thing. It's called the Homestar Flux.
I was gonna say you got to link me to that, dude.
You can check my website.
Is it affiliate link?
It might be.
Okay.
It might be.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So they're not cheap, but I will say they are the closest thing that you can get to having the stars in your house or in your bedroom without actually going outside.
That sounds awesome.
Yep.
Do you
pretty
want?
Cool.
Nick, you need to take Tan's pinning privileges away.
I agree, Nick. Just take him away right now.
All right, done. You're off the show.
Yeah. I just noticed we got 18 people in here. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 25 minutes. You guys are freaking awesome. Every single person who's in here right now, just thank you so freaking much.
Tan, can I ask you something? We were talking about possibly wrapping up, but this just occurred to me. It's the last episode of the year. We are nearing the longest running duration of an episode yet. Can we just make it over the finish line at the end of the year here?
What we're at 2 hours and 26 seconds. What's been our longest?
Let me find out. It's hold on. I can find this statistic pretty quickly. Okay. 230, 236.
236.
Hold on. I'm looking. Just double checking.
Freaking party, baby.
Hold on. 241. Yeah, that was episode 6 with Elliot, Stargazer Astro. 2 hours, 41 minutes. Can we make it past that? Can we do it?
Okay. All right. It's 2 hours. Okay. Yeah, I think we can do it. I think we can do it.
That's a little bit of an extension there, but I just got excited. I'm like, let's go.
Man, then we're going to have to top that one at some point.
Mm-hmm. I thought, what a way to go out. What's up, Tiffy? Welcome in. There's a reason to extend it too. She said she just got in, made it on time-ish before it ended. Yeah, so we need to make sure there's enough to watch.
Real quick, if you guys are over, there's still a bunch of you guys over on TikTok. If you guys listen to this message right here, real quick. Unfortunately, we were actually streaming on YouTube. We were streaming the YouTube stream on TikTok. So if you guys are in here, which I can kind of see your comments, I just can't really read the comments. So if you guys actually want to hang out and ask us questions and interact with us real time, you do have to leave that platform and head over to the other one. Just type in Galactic Window on YouTube and you'll find us. Just so you guys know. So if you've been trying to chat with me on TikTok here and I've been ignoring you, please don't hate me. I'm not looking at the comments. All right? That is all. You got to tell the people on TikTok they're fake.
NPCs, bro.
Yeah, I don't think I was supposed to read that out loud. Y'all fake over there.
Why don't you just run the show until 11:59 p.m. December 31st?
Dude, we should just run it into the new... I see,
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we would... What kind of joke could that be? We did an episode into the new year.
Mm-hmm.
We did an episode that was a year long. Well...
Is it going to be New Year, though, at midnight our time for like somewhere on the other side of planet Earth?
Oh yeah.
What's the time? International dateline? Maybe not yet. I don't know. I don't think that works. That's not smart. That's not right.
Tivi asked for a recap of the episode.
So okay, let's give her a minute by minute replay.
Yeah.
We ate Taco Bell. We did.
We had a guest on. We had one of the members.
I still have some Taco Bell. I need to reheat it though at this point.
You just eat it. Honestly, we can just eat it for the last few minutes of the show.
It's just cold.
Well, it would be 2 years. The episode lasted to 2 separate years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm.
2 year long episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of sauce did it give you?
So with the oh god, this is like ice cold.
Yeah, mine's frozen.
With the Cantina chicken quesadilla, you get 3 sauces:
Yeah, I got a green one, a white one, and a yellow one.
salsa verde, sour cream, and you get guacamole.
Oh, is that what that is? Hold on, I haven't even touched it yet.
Yep.
Barbie got caught the skibbities or something.
Yeah, yeah, we did a Mad Lib, space Mad Lib that was ridiculous.
Super fun.
Yes, and we finally are still eating Taco Bell.
I'm
I
impressed.
also said that Tan and I had some Baja Blast.
Baja Blast. Yep.
We played another game. We did Space Stories Improv. We did a Tan and I made up a story about space that was beyond ridiculous.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, Barbie did make an appearance.
Also, let us know if you guys have any plans for the New Year's. What's everyone doing? Are you guys gonna run outside naked, banging pots and pans, or are you staying home watching a movie?
Dude, don't be ridiculous. I don't bang pots and pans for New Year's. What a ridiculous comment to make.
What are you guys doing? We need more improv. Yeah.
Want to do another improv?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. You kick us off, dude. Start
Okay.
off strong.
Once upon a time, there was a community known as the Milk Gang. And they were venturing into the new year. It was the year 3025.
And the Milk Gang in the year 3025 has conquered 426 planets. And they put a flag with the Milk Gang symbol on every single planet except one. And that planet was called?
It was the planet Uranus. And the reason why they skipped this one planet because this planet had this kind of like poison on it. Basically, if you were to arrive on this planet, you would get eczema.
Why do we keep going back to this?
Because I have eczema and I hate it.
Yeah. So there's some like strange space mushrooms that can cure.
Oh,
It can cure it. It was a gas planet, and dude, this is spicier than I thought.
weak.
I know. And the Milk Gang said, we need to form an alliance with the Orbiters. And in order to form an alliance to take this last planet, we need to come up with something to give them to earn their trust. And that thing was?
That thing was Taco Bell. Taco Bell was one of the few things that acted as glue to keep communities together. It was just chaos. Tons of picture just like a post-apocalyptic world where people are just complete chaos, rioting, right? A lot of uncertainty. But Taco Bell was one of the few things that brought people together. So the Milk Gang, with some intel, they found out how to acquire this Taco Bell. But the problem was they needed to find a way to transport it. It was very heavy.
Very heavy.
Yeah.
Yes. And very expensive because space inflation was just off the charts.
Yep.
But they realized that if they could harness the power of the cheesy gordita crunch fuel, that nothing is too heavy, and they could get it to any system that they wanted. So thus, the Orbiters and the Milk Gang united in a glorious frenzy of celebration, and they traversed the galaxy in the name of peace and flatulence and wild bowel movements. and they conquered the final planet to cure the eczema.
Yes.
And then it turns out that the planet that had the cure was owned by Barbie, and they lived happily ever after. The end.
And at the end, someone sent Barbie a TikTok universe. Nobody mentioned the intergalactic taxes. Oh, yeah. How do we skip over that? That was the worst part.
Oh, so oppressive.
Real question is mild, hot, fire, or Diablo? I'll let Nick answer because I don't ever eat Taco Bell. But I would probably pick Diablo because I think that's the hottest one.
Here's my answer.
The fire? What is it? I want to see what it says too.
Hang on, I gotta put it cover my face. Hot
There you
sauce.
go. What's it? I wish or I want. Also, Blue Eye said, "Why don't you just tell him about your gout while you're at it?" Yeah, I don't want to talk about gout. Nick, I forget the time again. What was it? It was 2:40 something.
2:41. We got 5 minutes to set a record, dude.
All right, chat. In 5 minutes, we officially have surpassed our longest podcast episode. And you said it was 4, right? Episode 4?
Episode 6.
Episode 6. Okay, I'm sorry. Episode 6, yeah. So
2:41:31.
yeah. There was one episode we got really close, and I think we just ended it like I can't remember how close we were
It was
to
like
the finish line.
2:33, I think.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
Spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now. Quite the recap. I know.
Oh man. I gotta take a break.
So check this out. My there's apparently a couple CME that are going to be pointing towards us.
I've been hearing about that.
Coronal mass ejection. In other words, there might be a strong possibility for there to be northern lights, I think, tomorrow. One of them is going to hit during the day and another one at night. I have a friend, Dan, I don't know if you're watching. If you are, say hi. He has asked me to possibly go with him up north to escape the clouds and also to possibly see the show. This would be like probably a 7 to 12 hour drive after this episode here. And I don't, I have to think about it. Literally after this episode, I'm going to say, do I want to go on a 12-hour drive up towards South Dakota and maybe celebrate New Year's Eve out there? I'm 50-50 right now. That's a gnarly trip.
Well, have you looked at the weather?
That's another thing too. It's not looking great, but where we're wanting to go towards South Dakota, there are clear skies.
It's agua.
Nice.
Okay, we need some clarification. There's some spicy confusion in the chat, and I'm not talking about Taco Bell and my bowels. A coronal mass ejection. Let's get the letters right there.
Yeah.
CME. CME. It's an ejection of solar energy and material. If it's Earth facing, it can affect our atmosphere and ionize it so that it starts glowing, and then we see it as aurora. So that's what's happening. Tiffy, you're in Wisconsin. Nice. So we're super close.
It'll be cloudy tomorrow night. Dang. How unfortunate. We've got a big meteor shower coming up on the night of the 2nd, going into the morning of the 3rd. And I think most of the country is going to be clouded out. At least Midwest and the East is what it'll look like.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to get some snow or something tomorrow night, maybe.
What?
In that big cold weather system that's blowing in,
That's right, the polar vortex thing.
Gonna get kneecapped.
Yeah,
but
this is gonna suck.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with it. But clear skies come with it for a little bit. I think there's a little brief window there where we might get a reprieve.
Yeah. Can't wait to get back to Arizona and clear skies. Yeah. Ooh, I think I know where she's alluding to.
Need a good telescope that I can share my skies over here. Yeah, I mean, start streaming.
Yeah.
Share the wealth.
Sell some of those cats you got and trade them in for a telescope.
Dude, I thought what if we talked about some of the space events that are going to happen next year, 2025?
Okay. Yeah. I don't know any on the top of my head.
It's hard to top 2024. Let's be honest. We had some killer events, some planned, some unplanned, and let's hope that some of those unplanned ones resurface. But like in terms of, we had a total solar eclipse over America this year. Like, we're not getting that again. But there are going to be some lunar eclipses apparently.
Yeah. Here, I pulled up an article. Let's see.
Okay.
I'm gonna just run through it. 2025. We have January 15th going into the morning of the 16th. We have Mars at opposition. Basically, it's going to be when the point of peak viewing when Mars, Earth, and Sun form a line with our planet in the middle.
So we'll be passing Mars on the inside essentially. So it'll be like closer, and then we'll move on past, and it'll get smaller. Yeah, it'll be a good time to opportunity. It'll be a good opportunity to like photograph it because it'll be close. Let's see, February 28th, we have all planets align in the sky. Yeah. Also known as the planetary parade. Let's see. So there, just to be clear, you're not going to be able to see all the planets. Some of them are not going to be naked eye visible, but they are going to form somewhat of a line. And we did it. We did it. This is it. This is the longest episode.
Let's go. W's in the chat. Nice, dude. 2 hours and 40 minutes for an episode is pretty gnarly.
Right.
That's longer than like usually when I stream on TikTok. I try to keep them around like a minimum of an hour, but sometimes they drag on to an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Right.
And usually at that point, I'm like, man, I'm done. Almost 3 hour podcast is crazy. Yeah. All you guys over on TikTok, W's in the chat. W's in the chat.
Let's go.
Who's spamming in here? What is this? Why are you spamming it on TikTok? Hi, friend. I appreciate this, but don't spam in the chat, please.
Can I play my other air horn?
Yes. Does it make that noise every time I text you?
It's oh gosh, I can't turn it off. You gotta make it stop.
Yes, that's what you get. It's stuck on Imagine that being your alarm every morning.
Yeah.
Wake up, Nick.
It's so when I hit find my phone on my watch, that's what happens.
Oh, nice. You'll be able to find it instantly.
Hello,
great. Angie. Welcome in. Welcome from TikTok. I'm assuming you came over here.
Hey, Angie, what's going on?
All right, dude. Congrats to everyone for sticking around too this long, especially if you've been here since the beginning of the stream.
A lot of you have. So much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to just like whip through a couple more things for the year and then we'll wrap up?
Yep. March 14th, a total lunar eclipse. All right. I'm just going to gloss through these. March 29th, we have a partial solar eclipse. Let's see. The path is going to be over parts of North America, Europe, and Asia. In the United States, only eastern states will be able to glimpse the event. So parts of Connecticut, Delaware, the District of Columbia, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Vermont, Virginia, West Virginia. Okay, so we might have to go over there.
Right.
April 21st to the 22nd, the Lyrid meteor shower. That's a good one. August, we have the Perseids, August 12th to the 13th. One of my favorite shows. September 21st, we have Saturn at opposition. Again, this will be a good opportunity to photograph Saturn just because it's going to be a little brighter because it's closer. October 8th, we have the Draconid or Draconid. I'm not sure how you pronounce it correctly, but we have a meteor shower. So October 8th, we have a meteor shower. October 22nd, we have the famous Orionid meteor shower. Also a fun one. November 5th, closest supermoon of the year. December 13th, the famous Geminid meteor shower. And that was the last one. So like you said, we got spoiled this year, but still worth keeping your eye out for these special events too.
And not to be excluding rocket stuff too, because that also it'll certainly be an exciting year because theoretically Artemis 2 is supposed to be launching people around the moon and into the furthest orbit ever
in the deepest reaches of space we've ever sent humans. That's supposed to be happening this year. Quick, hold your breath though, as in typical fashion. But also paying attention to Blue Origin launching New Glenn, their very first ever orbital class rocket, and SpaceX continuing to develop Starship. Test Flight 6 is going to be happening very soon, within the next few weeks. They got their license and approval from the FAA. So
nice.
there's going to be plenty of very exciting space events to be watching and or potentially going to. So perhaps plan or sporadically plan, or what's the word, spontaneously plan your trips to go to Starbase Texas, or also known as Boca Chica, or go to Kennedy Space Center. Yeah. You always catch me off guard with that.
Boca Chica?
Boca Chica.
That's cool. Yeah.
And then, like go to these sites. You can see these launches happen for yourself. You don't have to be super close, but you can get near it and witness space history. So I think that 2025 is going to be a space history year in a lot of ways.
Nice.
For space flight.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Love it. A lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm. Cool, dude. Well, let's close up shop. Let's call it a night. Tian, do you have any final words from you for the end of 2024 going into 2025?
Yes, I do. If you guys are going to make a New Year's goal, if you're going to make a resolution, know that the simple flip of a calendar year will not really change anything. That first week is going to feel nice and new. You're going to feel like you're off to a great start. But then it's very possible that these repeating habits and challenges may come back to haunt you. And that's okay. What I want you guys to do, especially if you're like me, who keeps on making these goals every year and you fall short of them, is to work on the sub goals, like the goals to get to your main goal. So don't worry about trying to look like a model by the summer. Work on just saying yes to walking every day. Work on saying no to that cookie if you're trying to avoid it. Work on just going to the gym whenever you don't feel like it, or whenever it's raining and snowing. You work on those goals, because those will compound, and then eventually you will look like Superman or Barbie or whatever it is. So that's what I'm going to try to work on. I'm going to not make these crazy ass, resolutions, because I always fall short of them. So I'm going to work on all these things that will lead me to better position myself to acquire those goals. You guys got this.
Beautiful. Lovely. I love it. And from me, I want to take a direct shot at the human side of things. I feel like the last message I want to leave with you guys is hopefully simple. Like, I love you guys. I love every single one of you. And I hope that all of you just have the most amazing year you've ever had in your life. I know that might sound cliche, and we can say it every year, but I hope that all of you feel loved, and that all of you feel appreciated and feel valuable, and that this year is the best year of your life, and that you get to spend it with good people who care about you and who love you, and that you're able to reciprocate that same love and make this world a better place. So again, I'm grateful for all of you, and I love you all. So thank you.
Yep.
That's what I got.
Well said. That was cool. Now that's getting my juices flowing. I feel like I could go on, but I think that's it. Just we love you guys. We truly appreciate your guys' time, because we're competing with a lot of people. We're competing for your attention. This is valuable. If you have been sitting here for more than 5 minutes, just know that you have supported us in ways you can't even imagine. We want this to be a place where people can come and just learn and get excited about astronomy and space. And not every episode is going to be a banger. Not every episode we're going to have some crazy guests. But every episode, Nick and I are going to show up, and we're going to just do what we do best. And that's just share with you guys our space, our galactic window on, what astronomy, what space means to us. And hopefully, you guys will be doing the same for someone else. So happy New Year's, everyone. We'll be here again every Monday, 9 p.m. Central. So get ready for those corny New Year's jokes about doing an episode last year or whatever. And yeah, that's it, man. That's all I got. Here's to a good year and bye 2024. Yep. Leave all that nasty baggage behind.
Dude, we squeezed in one more first at the end of the year here. I'm not sure if I've ever really almost choked up on a podcast before. So that was a close one.
Yeah. It's yeah, I don't know. This episode, it's funny, like the fact that we were kind of scrambling for this, some parts of it, but we're not gonna go into that. This episode means a lot to me just because I don't know, it's the last one for 2024. This episode will never ever happen again, no matter how hard we try. It is going to be in the past. After we end the stream here, it is going to be in the past. But I hope we can look back on it. I hope we can watch it and see how goofy we were at some point in the future. And we hope that if you guys are just now listening to this for the first time, no matter what year it is, we hope we're still doing it by then, and we hope that you guys enjoy it. Yeah, man, it's what a year.
Mm-hmm.
See you next year. Yeah. See you next year.
Oh man. Okay. Well,
hold on, dude.
Oh, what do you got?
I'm like, man, we're at 2 hours and 52 minutes. We could just squeeze in another 8 minutes.
We could.
I mean, only if you're down, I'm down.
All right, let's do it.
We can officially say we did a 3-hour episode.
We are this close, aren't we?
So if you guys are already on your way out, that's fine. But we are gonna milk it for another 8 minutes, so we can officially say we've done a 3-hour long podcast over here. So we just said bye and started walking the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Started walking the same direction.
Dude, I mean, we are giving Midwest goodbyes here.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it fits.
Pop the champagne.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh, I am almost out of Baja Blast, so
might have to get some. They're still open. I can't believe we will be 2025 crazy. I know it's such a cliche thing saying, and I feel like I've been saying it every year. It's like, oh man, I can't believe it's this year.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I feel like it's still like 2020, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows what the new year's going to bring? I don't know.
I got to address this question here. Nick, have you ever given or gotten a wedgie?
Good question.
Fantastic question, straight out of left field. That's a great question. I'm trying to think of my history here. I can't say I've like, maybe my sister and I gave each other wedgies as kids, and that's about it. I can't say I've actually ever given anybody a wedgie seriously or been wedgied.
Yeah. I have to both of them. Yeah.
You have to both of them?
Yeah, just like 2 days ago.
What?
Yeah, it was super. No, it was when I was a kid, but it's been a while.
Okay. Yeah.
Bro, I got an idea. Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
Our next episode, we meet up in person, and we just give each other wedgies for 3 hours, and we have to top our podcast.
Dude, what?
You down?
Yeah.
Let's go. I think it's a sibling thing to do.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, for
it
sure.
It really is.
For sure.
Well, I mean, my sister and I would I can't recall specific moments if it even happened. It's just me speculating that it was probably likely, only because I know that she and I laughed at the word wedgie every single day for probably about a year and a half straight. So, because we just thought that word was funny, and we probably weren't allowed to say it. Because I don't know. So
the W word.
Yeah. So yeah, I know we thought the word was funny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You know what? I feel like we should give it like another shout out to some of our subscribers and members.
Yeah. Do you want me to?
Can we do that? Because
let's do it.
I'm gonna read off the list of people who are current members, and this will not be anybody who's like joined tonight because it takes 24 hours to populate. So let me pull up the statistics.
Pull them up.
Mm-hmm.
Statistics. Also, don't buy these from the dollar store because this is what you will get. Go to like Party City or somewhere because this doesn't work that great. But it also was only $1.25.
By the way, Nick Tan has been showcasing the can of spam he bought you for Christmas all week. No way. It's TikTok famous? You're giving me a TikTok famous can of spam?
Yep.
Sweet.
20% less sodium, baby.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we've got 35 members on the channel right now supporting the Galactic Window Space Podcast.
Sheesh.
Let's read off the names. We got Alex Mercado, Admin, John Cough4, The Mystic Yeep, Angie Tupper, Zalero Astro, Celestial Siren, Blue Eyed, Artie Jones, 00821, TJ's Astrophotography, Mel Stack, Silver Trumpet, Kendra, Kayla, SLBWSQW, Samuel, Zua Kumar, Mark Newsom, Pretty Little Poison, Joe, Ron Colson, Abawate, Yami R6, Gagax4, Nitish Kumar, Suzanne Gavette, Anthony Thompson, Tamara, please let me know how to pronounce that. I know you're in the chat all the time, and I want to pronounce it right. Punky 0683, SoCal Gloria, Tanzanite Rain, Star Walking Wilfredo, Harmony, Eric, the trading photographer, Papa Rick, Sid the Kid, Anthony Parrott, and Buddy Red.
Holy crap, dude. We got all those? That's awesome.
Yeah. Everybody there supporting us. I'm like,
yeah. Thank
without
you.
words.
Honey, thank you for the money. That's what I want to say. Seriously.
It was
awesome.
0 3 weeks ago. So
yeah. That's wild. That's wild.
Goodness gracious.
We got 3 minutes. We got almost two minutes till we will officially reach our 3-hour mark.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw Johnny Rock says here, I've done 5 hours of karaoke madness. You can do the 3 hours.
Oh, geez.
Hold on. To be fair, are you singing for 5 hours or are you like in a group and they're taking turns? Because if that's the case, bro, I don't know, man. A 3-hour podcast is pretty gnarly.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of talking.
There's a lot of talking. My throat's tired, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget Barbie. Wait, what is this? Is us style to say Tamara so is fine?
I asked her how to properly pronounce her name, if it's Tamara or Tamara. I've heard both, and obviously with just reading it, I don't know. It's the American style
Tamara.
to say. That doesn't help.
Yeah, she just said the same. Tamara or Tamara?
Where's the emphasis?
I would be exhausted. I am. I'll probably end up still streaming on TikTok after this too.
Dude, you're nuts. I don't know how you do it.
We'll see. If you guys are over on TikTok, I might hang out with you guys for a little bit. But I will have to end the stream though, because technically I'm streaming the stream. So there's no way I can just switch over and like, what's up? Thanks for watching. Tamara.
Oh, in Slovenia.
Yeah, Slovenia.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I need some education. Please educate me.
5-hour karaoke. All space songs. Ooh. Ashley says that Barbie story was the best.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad somebody.
It was pretty good. Yeah, we need to get Ashley to animate it, turn it into a real thing.
I would love it, dude. 20 people. We hit a peak in the final minutes of our show.
Here it is. 3, 2, 1.
Yes. Bag it and tag it.
3-hour podcast. This has been the longest episode in ever on the show. Episode 31. 31 episodes, and this is it. Guys, if you stay this long, thank you. If you just popped in at the last minute, thank you. If you're listening to this at some other time in the future, thank you for making it this far.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just know that we do these every Monday, 9 p.m. Central. So if you guys are over on TikTok, I still see quite a few of you guys over there. Just know that we do these every Monday night. But again, I can't see your comments because I'm streaming a stream. So if you guys are on talk right now and you've been trying to like say hi to us, just know that we can't see your comments. You will have to head over here to YouTube, and you can find us at the Galactic Window. Just type in Galactic Window.
And a shout out to all the members again. Guys, pay attention to the community posts that I post to the Orbital Alliance channel here on the YT. I have the option to send messages to members only. So this will pop up in your feed on YouTube. I guess just saying it anyway. So they'll have a little members only. It should be green. So pay attention to those because I've been trying to connect with you guys more there and to give you like a little bit more of a like a behind the scenes experience to what's going on. And that's where you'll find out about opportunities to be on the show as a small mini guest like we had with Ron earlier tonight. Just please pay attention to those, set notifications to on, because I think you will get notified on your phone every time I make a members only post, so you can read it right away. But that's the best way I can communicate with you guys who are supporting financially, and I don't want you to miss opportunities that you're paying for, literally. So it's literally the best way I can do that. So I just want to make sure you guys know that that's a possibility and that that's happening already. So you deserve your perks if you're paying for them, or if you've received them as a gift, like you still get those perks. So thank you guys.
Sorry, you guys were awesome. I was just thanking everyone on TikTok. What a night.
Yeah,
what a night. 3 hours and 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Fun fact, now that it's officially December 31st, my grandma, my last remaining grandparent, is turning 103 today.
What?
Yes.
Dude, that's super gnarly.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her I said happy birthday.
I will. Yeah.
103.
103. She was born in 1921 on New Year's Eve, and she made 103, and she's still walking around, still clear mind, sharp as a tack for the most part, and she's just how I remember her as a kid. So I've been looking forward to today.
What's the secret?
Green
tea?
Just be chill.
Spam? Yeah.
Spam, yeah, dude. Spam and Baja.
Spam. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, 103. Yeah, 103 is pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
awesome.
I'm bummed though. We were supposed to have her birthday party this Saturday, but a ton of family got really sick over the holidays, and we just don't want to risk getting her sick because obviously that is way more detrimental to her. So I'll probably celebrate her later in the month when everybody's better. But be German, yeah, right. She's from Germany. She's literally a German immigrant. She immigrated from Germany in 1952, I believe.
Dang.
Fled. She survived the bombings of Würzburg and Schweinfurt in World War II. Her town, 90% of her town was destroyed, and she survived with a 2-year-old, my aunt.
Wow.
And then my grandpa and my grandma, and then my 2 aunts, they moved here. They were born in Germany, and they moved here. So pretty crazy. 103 and kind of seen it all. There's a lot of reasons why she shouldn't be here, and she is,
Yeah. I have an idea. If you guys are listening to this, if you guys are in the chat right now, will you please, after we end the stream, will you go into this video and type in "Happy Birthday, Grandma" in the comment section?
Actually, so here, actually say this. So she, in German, grandma, the formal grandmother is Großmutter, but the more kind of like colloquial way is Oma. But we always called her Omi, O-M-I, three letters, Omi. So we say "Happy Birthday, Omi." That's my
Happy birthday, Omi!
Yeah.
Just show that part. Yeah.
Is she watching the podcast right now? Probably not.
I think she's watching Grey's Anatomy right now.
Yeah.
She's catching up.
She's probably in bed.
Happy birthday, Omi! Yeah. Yeah, say it in the comment. Because I think can you look at the live chat again after this is over or no?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yep. Everybody in the chat, they can pull that chat up. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, if you guys can throw it in like just a regular comment section too, just help us boost.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
I'm banking on her making it 104 already. I'm putting my chips down.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Can't throw that away. Yeah, whatever.
Yep.
All right, what do you say, Nick?
Yeah. Is it
Wrap
time?
it up?
Let's
Yeah.
do it, man. Mm-hmm.
Do we just end it, or do we say another goodbye?
Yeah. We'll just
What's the rule here?
Yeah, we just say peace out or peace out, as they say in Canada.
All right, one last goodbye, guys. Happy New Year's, everyone! If you made it this far, or if you're watching again, thank you guys so much. And yeah, kick some butt, kick some butt on those goals. Leave all your toxic friends behind, because those guys are only there to take from you, and you just gotta stop feeding into that. That's all I got.
Mm-hmm. Celebrate hard, celebrate safe, and enjoy the beginning of your brand new 2025. You all deserve it.
This thing is ass.
Yeah. Sounds like one.
It's gonna sound like one after we leave, because we just both had Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, end the dang stream, bro.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. See you all on the other side.